Okay, we're recording. You're on still on Keller. Well, you're in the system called Keller, but you're on I don't know. We'll say the fifth planet. And fourth planet is the one that has that primordial soup sort of stuff and the dandruff sort of flakes in the air. Um, this planet has an extremely a trace atmosphere. It's a lot smaller than Keller. Keller itself. Just give me a second. Did I do it? I'm sure I did. Yep. Uh, Here's the stats for Keller. There you go. So it's basically just a little rock uh, with an exotic atmosphere. It was one of those low altitude atmospheres, but was thin itself. A tiny bit of water and nothing else. You also got that weird radiation that permeates the area. You managed to hop over to another planet where Samuel and Sergeant Lance managed to effect the repairs to the turret. So your ship is all good to go with the one more new racing stripe down the one side. And that's about where we left it. I believe Tacoma, you were hypothesizing what would be the next best move to make, and I believe you were considering heading over to in Kalbajar 309. What I have done is just to you might want to ignore those little round blue things because I suddenly realised when I was doing it I didn't finish it off, but I can give you, I've done all the planets so I know a bit more about the planets. So if you want to look at your library data first, that might be a place to start. Okay, so Tacoma, which planet do you want to start with first? Did you want to do the one you were indicating at the end? Yep, 309. Okay, in the Kalbajar. Okay, give me a sec. Kalbajar 309. Okay. I'll spell it properly, and I'll give you the stats and explain it. So it is a garden planet. Torvald, B Starport. It's part of the New Frontiers initiative. So between Garabag and Kalbajar, they are sort of what's considered the New Frontiers initiative. So obviously you can see above even at this age, there's still that almost as complex, that whole range of spaceways with all those clusters of 11111 jump away planets above it. This is just a bit further spread out. So this planet just happens to be on the edge of that initiative. And as I said, it's only got a scout base on this one. At present, the population is a 6, which means that you're looking at around about 7-8 million people. It's a a representative democracy. Tech level 9, so they do have capacity if they had a starport to actually build their own jump ships. I think jump 1 and 2. But they definitely have the capacity to repair ships. But that's just a little bit about it. It's not a it is more of a breadbasket in this era anyway. It's more of a breadbasket planet than anything else. Yep. Yep, you are looking at the library data. Well, actually, the library data that you're looking at comes from just before 150 years past from your previous jump, but you've gone 350 years beyond that. So there is some data there. Um, so it's a little bit out, but you definitely know at least at the stage of 150 years past your initial your real date, if you like, that was there. Um, and it talks about for Torvald being as part of the New Frontiers Initiative. It's had like all the New Frontier Initiative planets have sort of been human occupied for approximately the last 5 to 600 years as of the library data that you've got. Hmm, I like the paradox. No, at the moment, no. Um, Obviously, yeah, you'd expect that it's less than what your library data is telling you. Just well, yeah. No, you just lose all that potential. Oh well. Yep. So that's that one. Are we talking about the 309 on this side? Okay. And the God Almighty, Astalos subsector. Okay. That planet is called Tata. Oh, okay. Tatus 7, and its stats. Um, it's a captive planet of Su, which is the one at 109. Just so you know, it's a smallish planet. It in this age, it is primarily a mining. That's it there, Tatus 7. And the problem with it, of course, is that there is no water present anywhere in the system. No, it's got a zero. It's a zero. Yeah, I said ignore the little blue circles I put on. I was doing something and then I got distracted. Sorry. So it looks like there's either a gas giant or it's a water world, but it's not. It was meant to be for something else. Yeah. So they're all your target. Anything in that purple box is a target. Yeah. No, that was something else. Mm-hmm. Nope, all done. It was completed at the end of the last game. Your ship is good to go because yep, yep. No, I think Tacoma. Yeah, Tacoma. I think is looking at, if I'm right, scoping out what's happening over here. Yep. But you got to remember, if you because you're currently here in Kala, and yep. Um, if you do jump over to, excuse me, over to this planet, you have effectively used up all of your fuel because it's more than a half drive, half jump. You know, you've got a jump of 5 light years. That's 6, which means Oh, sorry, on that one, 309 on that side. That, yeah. So Keljabar, where am I? Torvald, Torvald does have water. Torvald is a garden world. It's a world that's basically providing food for a lot of the other subsector. It's the little place over on the right. Sorry, on the right. That's just like a mining, no water, no gas giant place. Mm-hmm. Did you want some more detail on the one immediately above you, Tacoma? Okay. So this is the one that owns that little mining place, or I should say, sort of controls the mining place. Might be a better word for it. It's a B starport, size A planet, exotic atmosphere, no water. Um, Population is in the hundreds of millions, but it is a representative democracy, level 4, tech level B. Um, and there is a question that there is a navy there, according to your library data. Yeah, it's this is around about the time it's either like, according to your data, because you didn't get a start and an end date, you just got a reference to it, because it's not actually the time period they thought you were jumping to. Um, it could be like just being started, it could be halfway through. It's probably not likely that it's complete. Um, but as anyone knows, the minute you start building a navy base, it's a very short time between it starts building and you start actually getting build up of your rest of your military machine in the area. So if it's just started, you're probably clear. If it's a longer ways, you're probably looking at some sort of force there. No, you haven't been there yet. Sorry, Pierre. Keller. Sorry, Keller down there, down here. Yep. Pierre, what were you saying? Sorry. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hundreds of millions. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. 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 So there's only one problem with that. Um, Will the navigator can work out the position of the planets, but he has no data on where the naval base is. Okay, well, yeah, either, well, what tends to be popular is sort of either it's in orbit or near orbit of the main planet, or it's directionally opposite the main planet in the system to protect the other side of the system. Of course, you can do that. You've got to realise that you're what's the time? But the other thing, of course, is the minute you do an active scan, you give away your position. You can try passive scans, but they just don't give you the same sort of data. And probably Pierre's character is going to be able to give you the passive scan data anyway by just using his maths to say this is where the planet should be, this is where all the astrological bodies should be. Could be. As I said, that tends to be the two typical positions that you find in Navy base, either to protect the planet or on the other side of the system to protect the other side of the system. More so. I mean, yeah, yep, mhm, yep. So I've worked out that on average it's going to take you at 100 diameters at 3G. It will take you approximately 25-26 hours to get right to the center of the sun, so you don't have to go that far. But okay, cool. Okay, cool. I think that was from Earth. So 38. So you can cut that short, because you don't need to go to the center of the star. You just need to get sort of roughly Mercury's orbit away, fire the missile, and then take the hell off. So 38 hours from a star is roughly where you get the jump point opening. Wow. Yeah. Well, the problem is if you're talking about fighters, in all likelihood, you could encounter fighters, um, and you could encounter patrol cruisers because I think they go at 6G as well. But they would be unless they're modified. Wahahaha. But I mean, the thing is, that's about your biggest worry. Fighters, yeah, fighters or possibly patrol cruisers. Tacoma. Yep, yep. Tacoma, you were raising a concern about that as you were heading more and more into civilization, your encounters are going to get more difficult. You wanted to be able to gather a little bit more info. Any more further thought around that? Okay. Well, yeah. So you've got transponders, but the problem is they're not from this time period. They'd all be wrong. Yeah. So you've got one, two, three, four. You've got, I think, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So all the way over to here, from where you are, you can reach there in one jump. So you could, like, you know, if you go, oh my god, what happened there? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, well, using the extrapolation, you'd say that's got a population of around about millions, somewhere in perhaps the 10 to 15 million, roughly in this time period. This one here would probably have a population of around about 20, anywhere between 20,000 and 90,000. Um, this one here, which is actually, to evolve, remember, is a moon around a gas giant, which gives you another unique feature on that one. Um, and that one is, sorry, that's Torvald. Um, that has a population of, where are you, Steve? Um, you're looking at perhaps somewhere near 1 million people at present. Yeah, this one here. This is the other one I'm talking about. So that's Sue, and that's Torvald. That was the one that Takum was looking at. Over in Caljabar, that's New Eden. Are you talking about this one over here? Yep, New Eden. Okay. Yep, chuck that in for you. So New Eden has. Yep. The other thing you might want to consider, guys, is your how you're going to step through, because if you blow up a supply route, and it makes it really difficult. Yes, you can jump very far, but if you actually blow up your water source and then can't sort of move back to get the other stuff, yeah. There's New Eden. So New Eden is another New Frontiers initiative. It's another garden world. So its population in this time period, although a lot earlier, you're looking at probably again in the tens of thousands, um, taking 50,000 as an average. Not really sure where it would be, but it's definitely a garden. It's got a scout base. It doesn't. So that E probably is an X at the moment. It's probably establishing a range of colonies. Probably, I mean, it's reasonable to assume this stuff. So the only one that's possibly at the moment that you've sort of looked at is this one. Is the one that's possibly got more wherewithal to attack you because of the possibility of a naval base. Yep, yep. Because yep, and you're sort of keeping this planet as your go-to planet, isn't it? Because not occupied. That's Keller. That's the one with the weird little planet that's got like dandruff in the atmosphere. It's got some water, but it clogs up your filters all the time. Got the weird radiation, but no one. And your data on that place was it was a research facility to see what the hell it was all about. Um, looking. Not seeing you ping anywhere, matey. Oh, and your no, no, no. In this, so in roughly 200, 300 years, it will be explored because of its um, new state and all that sort of stuff. It's got the building blocks of life and all that sort of stuff in the fourth planet. It'll be more explored. It won't be settled or anything. It'll be more like a research area. Not as far as you're aware, no. Unless, like Jerry said, you just jump in quick, do the job, and jump out quick. Mm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Mm. Mm-hmm. Do you want to stay around to see what happens? That's all I'm asking. No. Yeah. Yep, yep. Because you've got all the radiation bursts and things. Yep. It's also. Mm-hmm. You mean Corwood? No, don't. Not Corwood. You want to go Rimwood. Spinwood. Yeah, yeah. So the other thing. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. The only thing you've got is the data. I can give you all the other data for the other ones if you want to sort of get a rough idea and then make a better decision from that. The other thing I just want to bring up is you guys have just brought up an important thing. Yes, you're blowing up the stars, but you're also turning this whole area very toxic to life because of all that radiation. Yeah. So the radiation that a star does, and like the only comparison that you guys would have any knowledge of would be a distant system called the Darien system, where they accidentally set off a star trigger, and it didn't blow the sun up, but basically what it did was it peeled a couple of layers off their sun, and the resultant radiation and heat and all that sort of stuff pretty much devastated their system for many, many years. It was only the fact that some people were actually deep down in caves. Mm. And as the radiation went out, I think something like 6 light years, and damaged, yeah, and it like really damaged a whole lot of other stuff. Right, that's that you're just being aware that you are doing this as well. But if you have a look, there's only one planet that's actually going to be hit by, or two planets that's going to be hit by, one, two, three planets that's going to be hit by new radiation. Yep, yep, yep. That one will, that one will, and Charon will, because they're all within two jumps, which is what you got to consider. Of no, there's going to be some damage, and they are, given the fact that you go, this place is technologically advanced enough, they'll have some time to prepare. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll just give you some more info about the places. So we've got Astalis and Kalbajar, Garabak. Okay, so you've got the next one you've got is this Antilles place. I'll just call it Antilles. And that place looks kind of like, not a good time to lose my sheets. 5, 6, 7. So again, this is another, what they've done is it looks like they've found a whole lot of garden worlds, and you'll see something interesting on the end of that one. Um, that's that Antilles, yeah. It's another garden type world. It's another breadbasket basically for the sector. Um, which you can then understand when they fought the Frontier War. Now you get the message between the Frontier War, Frontier Initiative, um, that Keller originally fought in. That's why they were fighting over this, because this was a huge breadbasket area. Um, it was going to be such a huge loss. Yep. Um, Misha is another garden world, and Basso. Yeah, Basso is another garden world. But then you remember Basso because that was the one that you guys originally blew up. Yep. Yeah. Yep. What red marking? Sorry, Sid. Oh no, 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 no. That was the original when you first came in, and these characters. That was the original extent of the aliens' influence. That's how far they'd managed to infest. Um, no, no. And Dane is checking. Well, you've got him checking all the time. Okay, Kothra, I've got to Kothras, sorry, Kothras. I've got to explain a bit about to you guys um, why it's important. Um, Losnik, then Saint Laurent is another really different place. See. As you can see, things are starting to not look terribly great for you as you head over towards that side of the yeah. There's a lot of ends popping up. I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you in a second. It's the frontier, exactly. Yep. So that's the info you've got for all those places all the way over there. So the first one, so Antille, Misha, and Basso are just the garden worlds. They are that's their part. Losnik is a asteroid mining field. So that's why it's part of the Frontiers Initiative. Kothras is um, it's a ruin world. There are ruins on it. There's a previous civilization, and it's a site of great study. Um, in the data you've got, there's already been several interesting pieces of scientific discovery, um, more biological and sort of biomedical sort of stuff. So that probably is going to get wiped out when you blow that up because people are not going to find that. Then you get to Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent is a retirement planet for the rich, and so they've bought their own navy. That's why that has a navy base. Yeah, yeah. There's a couple of planets. Yeah, yeah. Kiss it goodbye. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're not the 1%, matey. You're like in the top 30%. Yeah. Well, that's all gone at the moment. Um, yeah. So a start is a it's actually it's not part. So you're now in a completely different. You're in Ouroboros, which is not part of the New Frontier group at all. A start is it's got a navy base, a scout base, a gas giant. It's a garden world, hard to get to, hard to get stuff from, but it is a garden world. And although the unofficial, if you like, the unofficial sort of communication line is from Astarte to Vici. which also has another Navy base, if you can see there. Um, so that's sort of how that's connected. Glassy is a really weird world. Glassy actually is a world, I don't know if you saw in when we first started the game, there was a group, and I can't even remember the name of them. There was a group of aliens, sort of Gossamer type style aliens, um, fairy sort of sounding name. But anyway, that's their home world. They aren't that populous because they're extremely long-lived race. They live for around about 8 to 900 years. Um, and they've allowed humans to, there's a sort of an exchange, humans to understand their genetic makeup, their environmental makeup, in the hope that humans then can develop something that actually extends the age of humans. Um, this is a huge possibility, yeah. Well, it's either supposedly you're the good guys, yeah, but you can see the moral quandary you have. If you don't, that species may live, but the rest of the subset, the sector, will basically be under the rule of the alien race. They're the, the weird creatures. That's the one. And I think that sort of encapsulates exactly the situation you guys have unfortunately in. So, yep, exactly. So be up some more time. Yeah. The Nasturm. This is the race that are over in Glacie. So we'll just say bye bye, and that's as easy as it gets. One push of a button. Yeah. So, there's a full a possible brief as you've got. So as you do head over into the Orobos sector, you're going to encounter a shitload more Navy bases. Um, yep. But the problem is, to get there, you're going to have to blow up a whole lot of garden worlds. And garden worlds aren't always that easy to come by. Awesome. You've got your eye on the target. Mm-hmm. Okay. Rightio. So you could try. I mean, you know the setup with Misha. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. All this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or, or, yeah. What you, yeah. You've got Devon there who can try to do some of that. So you're aiming for a ship your size or less, correct? So that means either a free trader or a scout ship. Yep. Well, you look like a really, really weird ship to every. That's the other thing you got to remember. You're 500 years from the future. Your ship is going to look different to everyone else. Yep. I mean, when they get the silhouette. Yep. 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 Okay. Well, everyone's allowed to say their piece. Yep. Okay. Any other thoughts? Okay. Excuse me. Yep. Okay. Where do you want to try to do that, folks? Looking at the lore levels, the tech, because you can also consider the tech levels. So you want some place that probably has a tech level 9 at least, but you also want a fairly low lore level because then you run less chance of encountering lore. Mm-hmm. Well, well, the scary thing is, Misha, yeah, Misha has a lore level 7, tech level 9. It is the moon around the gas giant. But Sue, the one with the possible navy, is a tech level B, lore level 4. And it's mainly a mining complex. Yep, that is that is a problem. Your next one that has a 9, that's as close as possible, is Antilles, 809. Mm. Mm-hmm. So that would be Misha or Basso. And then if you look at it, both of them have a law level 7. Basso has a Tech B, Mission 9. They're both on what you consider fairly good route systems because they're a 2 jump from the main cluster and a 1 jump from each other. And the problem is, of course, is that you can't quite jump that far. It's 2 jump, so you're going to have to encounter another planet. 1, 2, system ladder 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have a look at which ones there are. That's where's the closest gas giant to you guys. closest gas giant to you guys is here or Osnick. That's what the gas giants are. No, I said ignore them. That was something else I was trying to do, but I gave up. So just ignore those. Yeah. So that's a nope. They have water. Unfortunately, that means you've got to go to the planet. But then, in saying that, Basso has very few people. It has a population of 3, so that'd be even less. So you're probably looking at the very initial startups, if it actually has anybody there at all. That's 10, 11, 12, 13. So your choice then becomes either Torvald, not Misha, Torvald, Antilles, or New Eden. If you don't want to, because this place is useless to you, that place has got the possible Navy base. Torvald has a scout base, and that's very nice. Antilles has, what does it have? It has a Navy base, supposedly. Sorry, New Eden, sorry. No, Antilles has a Navy base. New Eden has a scout base. The closest ones. Unless you guys are feeling that you want to sort of go jump up here somewhere. Yep. 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 Yeah, you actually this is the 150 years ago map overlaid with the 150 years past that alien invasion. But you're still 250 or 350 years before that even. True, but again, you're making one very big assumption that you're going to get back. Yeah, yeah, because that's something that Samuel and Negan and Teddy are going to have to make sure they can work out to make sure that it does actually happen. Yeah. Double snake eyes. So, which star do you want to jump towards to start your pirating career? Basically. Well, this is the thing. This is the other problem with this with the transponder. The other way you can do it is you can try. You just stay stationary for a week, and I'll make a little roll to see if Devon can make some sort of software program that can mask your transponder. Um, but that's dangerous. Yep, pretty much. But the problem is whether or not. See, transponders are built not to be fiddled with, and that's going to be hard for Devon to actually be able to do much with. You either have it online or offline, and like you're surmising, you either steal somebody else's or pretty much. So it's whatever you want to do, folks. But that's a week. You guys have got to sit there and let him do his thing. And I'm thinking probably you don't want to do the jump while he's trying to do the thing in case he doesn't get it right. and you exit and you suddenly get a call on. Do you want to give that one a try first to see if you've got any success or not? Just go straight into the piracy thing. Entirely up to you. You've got enough life support for a couple of months. It is. And who knows, Negan might turn into something that can produce a whole lot of oxygen. We don't know yet, we haven't rolled for tomorrow. Right. Yeah, this is the problem. Yeah. Yeah. And if you did, and they actually realised that you have this advanced technology, someone's going to try to take it off you. Okay, so what do you want to do, Tacoma? Do you want to get straight into pirating, or do you want to give Devon a week to see if he can't come up with something? Yeah. Try it. Okay, so what's going to happen here is you get to roll one dice, Mentor, with your bonus, and I get to roll the other one. Who's assisting? Okay, you can make the assist roll first, that's all fine. Yep. So give it a roll. Okay, you get a +1, Mentor, on your roll. So that's plus whatever, and a 1d6. Okay, you got a 4. I know what I rolled. So based on that, what I can tell you is you believe it's functioning. Whether or not it stands a test is the next big thing. But and whether or not you actually were successful or not is, I mean, in all likelihood, you've got a good chance that it's probably going to work. But then that comes back down to, do you want to take a chance, or do you want to risk some stuff first to try to get some bit more certainty? Which is the least line of trouble for you guys? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically what I'm going to say is you've managed to find a way to sort of have a software overlay to um, slightly change it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What the amaze the power, eh? Yeah. So what are you going to do, Tacoma? Yep. Well, that one there is I think by all of you would probably agree that that's the least offensive system out of all the ones that are within your range. No, that's the problem. No water, no gas giant.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be pirates, so it's inside the fuel rock ships we'd destroy.
If there's any ships there.
Yeah, and we'd use up all that fuel and jump in there, right?
No, no, half, because you filled up your tank, so you can do two. You can do two 5 jumps with your. Remember they in the future they fiddle with the drive, so you can either do one 10 jump or two 5 jumps.
I see.
Yeah,
All right, what are we gonna do? What do you got? Do we want to go there?
it's on your list.
Let's just do something. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, rightio. So using um, everyone's ideas, do I take it, Pierre, that Will's going to try to work out a navigational point of entry so that he's on the opposite side of where he believes the planet will be and the main focus of traffic will be?
Yeah, I didn't get a direct, exact date for where we are, but because we observe the planetary orbits coming into that place,
Mm-hmm.
we know where the planets are.
Yep, and you can use that
And
data and yep.
I take my little kid's geometry set and I hook it up to our tractor and I say, 180 degrees, trace with a pencil. I say we gotta jump and then land. The sweet spot is 100 diameters out opposite the planet, the main planet.
Yes.
And somebody has to do a good nav roll to really, really crunch the question and crunch the nuggets completely.
Yep, and that would be you.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
might
so
be.
this is yep. So this one's going to be one of those. One of those.
What's the worst that can happen? We're surrounded by fighters and we don't get anyone?
Well, you can jump straight out back to where you started. Um, so this is a 1d6 plus your nav roll, Pierre, and I'm taking it that you're using the whole. I'm going to spend time checking, double checking, and triple checking my figures.
Yeah, if that helps.
+1. So
1d6
+1 plus your skill.
plus 1. What's my skill? Nav 1.
Okay,
Nav 1 plus 1. Uh, sorry.
that's right.
There we go. Oh, beautiful.
Mhm.
I don't know. You should double check that. Yeah, that's good. It means there's another die you don't see that's rolled on top of that.
Yep.
You got her. You got her, Cole. That's good. Okay, so provided there's no big Navy ships on patrol on this dinky, rinky-dink star system
Mhm.
opposite where the planet is, we look good. But we have to wait a week to find out.
Yep. So you need a piloting roll just to jump, just so you don't blow anything up. Oh, by the way, just for that day, can you please give me a 2d6, Nagin?
Wait, I give me a week? What am I
I-
missing?
Oh, and you need the week. Yeah, so we need. Let's see what happened.
It's
The
big, it changes continuously.
Yep. So give me seven 2d6s, Nagin. We'll just have a bit of a laugh, and then Tacoma, you're about ready to blast off.
No, I've already rolled. I rolled well, the misjump one was
Yeah,
a
miss jump, miss jump.
okay. Succeeded.
Okay. The first day, absolutely nothing happens. It's almost like you're normal. Next day, please.
Okay, storm level 7.
Oh, here. Oh,
11.
sorry.
Storm level 17. Sorry.
Okay.
12, 11, 9, 7,
Okay, sorry. So 12 on the 12. Excellent. You gained a psionic ability at level 10. That's the top. Then you gained a psionic ability at level 5, and then that was one of your phasic days, where you're phasing in and out of reality, that sort of stuff, or through stuff.
No, sorry. What do like the phase are? Do I like? Do I remember how it felt like?
Of course you do. Of course you do.
How awesome!
Yep. Then you, on the day that you rolled a 7, you became just normal. Then the next day, ooh, give me a d6 roll. Megan, just give me 1d6. 2, you become a Zondani. So you got some more psionics, but anyway. Then the next day, oh, gorgeous. Give me a 1d6 roll. Hmm. You became, you are no longer Nagan. On that day, you're Nagani. Pretty little girl. With all these starved men.
Yeah, she got to lock herself in her cabin for a day,
Mm-hmm.
almost.
And you're only interested in applying makeup on yourself.
Yeah, for a week that will do.
Hmm.
I had to explain when I found out it because of my health condition. It must be dangerous.
Quite probable, but what control do you have over it? Not much. Um, and then the last day, when you jump into jump space or hop space, you just seem to be normal Nagan.
That's who I am.
Hmm.
Oh my god. Surprise success.
Yeah, but if you could be Nagani, you'd be hot. You'd be distracting them.
Oh yeah. Maybe is there no females like in your Federation?
There's no females on this ship, is there?
I have to check.
The guys tend to look like guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
All I'm saying is what you look like. Okay, jump into hop space. Boom.
Alrighty.
8 weeks later, you're coming out. Um, boom. Can you please give me a sensor sweep? Will the navigator?
Oh, sensor sweep.
Yes,
Alright.
please. Yep.
Uh,
You're right on the button. You've managed to shave a little bit of time off. You're right on the border. So it's going to be about all of 22 hours by the time you get to the drop-off point. There is
so we jump within the 190
no, no, no.
degrees.
You came right out on the border, right, like within meters.
Oh, okay.
You're picking up very minimal traffic. You're also picking up a request by some ship called the Golden Hind. Apparently, it's a small merchant ship, merchant craft that has also come in this sort of side. Um, um, it's just wanting to make sure that you guys aren't going to like crash or anything, because it wasn't actually expecting anyone to come in this way.
There's our ship, man. Why not?
At the moment, they haven't reacted to you in any negative way, so
Is our team transponder going?
it seems to be. Devon, can you just give me a check, please? A 2d6 computer check plus 2.
How far are they from us right now?
Um, you've got them on radio signal. You can't pick them up really. They're a couple of about 100,000 clicks away from you. Devon, far as you're aware, your transponder is doing, your program is doing what you're wanting it to do.
We gotta hold our noses down like old times, Brady. It's a
Hmm.
perfectly normal transponder. See? Oh, brother.
Love it.
We're not trying to be transforming us into things, though.
Um, Basically, the name is your ship, but just the transponder codes are in line with the current day transponders. You know, it's like having a 6 letter registration plate compared to a 10 letter one because there's so many cars on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all you got. Yeah.
Well, that name sounds familiar from me.
Uh, just give it. He's kept his thing as the same as possible because that would just require a lot more programming. He didn't want to go. You know, the more complex it is, the bigger chance it's going to break.
So before I was in Dutch, we called it prototype 10 ship.
Right.
So yeah, so obviously you know Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I was in whatever,
Um,
right?
Uriah Heep, wasn't it, or something like that? The Uriah or something.
No idea.
I can't remember what you guys called it. It was. Oh,
Orion was the mothership.
We changed ships too often.
No, no, no. That was their ship release mobile.
mm, all right.
We're the special second generation ship that does the sometimes 5 part second jumps and sometimes 10 part second jumps.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not hearing is the name.
Yeah,
That would have been 2 sessions ago that you reminded me.
Okay. I thought it was Uriah.
Oh, I thought Uriah was the other one.
Mm,
or Uriah Heep.
yeah, that's what I thought. When I heard Uriah, I thought, oh, Uriah Heep. Okay. But anyway, you have a look. Yep.
Or that.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
their monster.
That's all cool. So you, while we're getting the name checked out, you give out that name. Da 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 da. It's a prototype ship, and you're just doing a test run, test shakedown sort of thing. Right. Um.
Prototype 10 shakedown. That was interesting.
Right. Um. So you're trying to just pass it off as like we're, stay away from us, or you're passing it off as like I'm trying to egg you on to actually come in for a closer look, sort of thing. What are you trying to do with the?
Yeah, make us come in for a closer look.
Yeah, I was trying to be friendly. I was with the mate. Because,
I'm here now. Give us everything.
I think Tacoma's thinking about doing it friendly way.
ah, that might. I accidentally channeled that.
All good. Is this another word for an attack or something? Suck them in and then blow them up.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. No, I just want to get some general idea of what's going on.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So I'll ask him, hey, yeah, ask him their business in terms of,
Well, they're just coming into Torvald as part of the um, just delivering supplies for the mining teams. Um, they're only a small. I mean, they're part of the Sioux Corporation, which is building this thing. Um, they don't give you too much information, but basically they just belong to, you know, the whole organization that owns these 2 planets, sort of thing.
yeah, I'll ask him casually, like, hey, you guys are scheduled to be down next year to work on the ship here. What's up with the dates? We have to start on the ship.
Sure, they don't mind. Yep. So, um, so you pull into around about eight 8,000 clicks away. They can sort of see you, and they sort of talk about what crazy design is that. You can see them as a very old sort of clunky design.
So would I come aboard and paint the thing?
Are we allowed to?
Yeah. Why not? Don't touch anything.
Hmm. Okay. So, the captain, we'll call him Salvar, decides to come over with one or two of his team. They've only got a small team of. He'll leave his engineer and his navigator on board.
I
Um,
got a quick question, Steve.
Yeah.
Do they like connect like over like a small craft, or how do they connect to
they'd
the?
have to connect with the tube.
Okay, because
Mm.
both our we're connected to the ship now from like a hatch or something.
Mm. Mm. Right, they get on board ship, and it's sort of, oh, sorry, um, Nagan, 2d6 please.
We gotta keep Nagana.
God knows what he is today.
Honestly, Steve, I don't know.
Nagani, should we say?
Nagani.
Nagani.
Cool.
Big time, boys.
What if the clock strikes midnight in Vegas and they're going to sleep?
Well, that's going to be fun, isn't it?
I
Mm.
mean, we're aware of what's going on here, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We're just paying attention to
Yep.
Nagani.
Well, I've just used the word. He might have a different name. I just thought it was a
Nagani would be great.
Nagani. Right. So Nagani, are you wanting to use Nagani to show them around, or show them a good time, or?
I don't know, Steve. I don't want to say I would trust Nagani, but Nagani knows his place.
Whatever Nagani wants, Gandhi gets. What's the worst thing that could happen? That we get to 50 foot already in the front.
Just because Vega keeps getting more visibility despite this pointless move on the team
Yeah.
don't give me pause.
Yeah.
It's a groin or a Sudani or Nagani or whatever
Yeah.
you call it.
Yeah.
Kick that in mad. I'm in.
Okay. So Nagani is showing them around. So you know they've got, or according to the captain anyway, they've got 4 people on their ship.
How will I get a view from their ship?
Captain says, why would you want to look at our ship?
No, I don't know. I'm just telling them.
Okay, so first of all, they'll have their own little locks on their ship, and the navigator, when you sort of push the button to go in, sort of thing, says, it appears whoever you've sent to do this, who have you sent to do this?
I don't know. On the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Remember now, I got tactics 4.
But don't you want to be in the engineering section?
How are you thinking of getting to link up with these guys?
Well, you're
Well,
setting.
I was on staff
Why
to
now?
on the post.
Well, Samuel, you've got to get up on top to go check the exhaust vent.
That was a good one.
Right on that. You're hold your breath, Skipper. Who knew was going on right now?
Yeah. So Tacoma seems to be wanting some of you to go over onto their ship. I don't know if anyone's taking the hint. Probably.
Okay.
I. What are we doing? What are we even going to do? Donnie's shaking his head.
I think we're gonna perhaps murder them. Is that correct?
Mm,
Not yet. Perhaps.
not
Perhaps.
not yet.
Murder them.
Well, Dane, don't forget you've got a lot of great chemicals to inject them to send them to sleep if you need to.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well,
true.
he's clearly skipped past the
Yeah, but we
aspect
don't know
of
what. Yeah.
hey, hey, there's another idea here. Well, this is only a jump one or two.
Yep.
We can use
Yeah.
their
Big deal.
ship to sneak into certain spots, couldn't we?
Mm.
We can use it to get information and stuff.
But
We
no.
couldn't do a scan before because we didn't have a decent. Well, I guess we've got a transporter now anyway. So. Are they military? They'd be expecting
No, they're merchants.
No, they're merchants, corporate merchants.
Well, we do want information from their computers to see what stuff's going on.
Okay,
Even corporate.
brilliant. So
Actually, even more. How many are in their crew?
4 by what the captain said.
And there's one more.
Well, how big is their ship? About 200
It's a
tanks?
200 ton.
There's more. There's still a chance there's more on board if you give them. Well, I mean, you can't just enter without.
Well, as far as you're aware, he said that he's left the navigator and the engineer on his ship.
Oh, they came with him.
No, he
That's
and
what he says. He
yeah.
thought he might have a couple work inspectors, or a couple gunners. You don't know what he's got. He ain't
It
gonna
says
tell you everything.
yeah, Nagana,
Nagani, yeah.
Nagani.
Yeah,
Might as well put
So
it down.
can we say that Nagan, never ever actually being a woman, does what he thinks stereotypically a woman would do when she tries to flirt?
for sure.
Oh God!
We all know what he likes to do.
Yeah. Okay.
We all know what Nagani has to do. She has as many buttons on her blouse as she dares, and then much more. Hopefully a snake.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
but he
tell
does.
Nagani to rub the captain's leg a little, and we're gonna work our way into it.
Let him do it. Let him do it.
Nagani is filing with the ship's HR department. Whoever's in charge of that.
Well, that's what Cooper does. So
Okay, so Nagani is trying to keep these two others occupied. Who, if anybody, is going to be going over to the other ship?
Salako.
Right?
If I did Nagani's makeup, it would be like that botch job
Okay.
lady Kate made in the Christ fresco or whatever.
Yeah.
It would look like that.
Great stuff. Okay, so that's sorry, Samuel and was it Devon or was it Dane?
Dane.
Dane. Dane.
Yep.
Okay, rightio.
Take plenty of sedatives.
Rightio. So you get to the hatch, and of course it's not going to open because you don't know their code. You get a query. Suddenly a guy's face comes on the screen, and he says, "Can I help you?"
Ask to borrow a couple of sugars.
Samuel or Dane, what are you saying?
um, I use my tactics skill, and I'm gonna say there's a concern with this hatch. I'm worried about the connection here, and we'd like to talk to one of the engineers on board, make sure everything's wired properly. We do seem to have some minor leaks here.
Okay, can you give me a 2d6 roll, please,
Can I also
Samuel?
ask, what exact direction were we given by Tacoma when we left for this mission? Like, did he tell us to just, sedate or kill everyone and just leave it at that, or
No, just get information.
Hmm.
what kind of information? Just
That's why it's about mysterious. There's probably some information just laying around, like a table or something.
no,
Just
okay,
want the information. Like what? Don't say computers are good.
okay, cool.
Well, Samuel does have computers, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
You've got someone who's got computers.
And if we have to kill them, well, I prefer not to, but
Yeah, it's so messy. Okay, rightio. Right, so you wait a few seconds. You can see a person coming into the airlock. He's because you're not wearing a vac suit, so he arrives with a vac suit with a helmet under his arm. And he looks a bit confused, and he says, "I thought you said there's a leak."
Next to us, right?
Samuel, yeah, but there's this thing called a metal door, a hull between you and him. He's in the
I
lock.
know, I'm just
Yeah,
checking.
yeah, he's in the lock, and you're in the conduit between the two ships. So Samuel, what are you telling him?
It's not losing pressure, but it's very minor amount of inner sync. There's also some concern about how electrical this hooks up, because I've got some computer skills and I'm an engineer. I'm wondering if you'd take a look at it with me, because our technology seems to be different than yours.
Yep. Okay, he says. So I don't need my helmet.
No.
Okay, so he puts it down and he opens the door. He's got a toolkit he picks up. And he sort of walks out. The other door is, by the way, behind him is closed. Says, okay, so what are we looking at? He sort of looks around. Okay,
Start acting, let's say, I pull up the intruder panel and I start saying,
So as you're distracting him, Dane, what are you doing? As Samuel's trying to talk to him.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm just rooting around in my med kit,
Yes.
preparing an injection in case I get the nod, you know?
I'm
So I can
nodding
move
for
in.
him.
I thought you were nodding. Yeah.
If he's nodding, then I'm going for it.
Right. Okay, just give me a 2d6 roll. Basically, oh, hang on. First of all, because you've got the tactics, Jerry, can you please give me a 1d6 plus your he gets a 6. Don't just yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
I got tactics 4. Remember?
Yeah. Okay. He's surprised you get to do this, so he's out before he can do anything.
Right. Where should we drag him?
You can put him back in the airlock if you want to. It's open. He hasn't closed it.
I'd make sure he doesn't have any weapons or communicators on. We're gonna go into his ship now.
Hmm.
Yep.
Maybe
Like, should we just leave him in the hallway, or should we, jam in
The
across?
hallway The hallway is a piece of conduit mechanical device that links the two ships should that break he's in space.
Well, first was
no,
communications and
bring him
weapons.
Yep,
back out of his ship.
yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Because,
We'll check his pockets,
yep,
remove any weapons and communication devices.
okay. He had a small knife on him, but that's about all.
Alright. Do I know roughly, I'm not sure exactly what I injected him with.
Yeah, it should keep him out for about half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah,
Can I give him any more without overdosing him?
yeah.
Oh, well, I'll give him a bit more then.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Samuel,
Can I
you're on the.
advance
Okay,
and drag him into his shuttle with us?
okay.
His ship, yes. Do we have an idea of the layout of the ship?
Not really, but you do have.
Type of thing on a computer?
No, no. The only thing you've got now is your electronics, I believe you've got, to try to get in, like you can close the airlock, but to open the inside door you're going to have to use electronics or something like that to, because mechanics would be physically force it.
Alright, I suppose we can do that. I didn't think I'd have plenty of
Pierre. No, but we're not monsters.
what 1d6 plus 1 or
2D, 2D, 2d6 plus your electronics.
okay.
Oh,
Oh, I'm choking on this.
Yep.
It's not working out for me. What about Devin? You got anything? Or Dane?
Dane, yep, so Dane, as Samuel is doing this, you sort of hear, and you suddenly read it's coming from the guy's helmet. Um, we'll call him Sean. Sean, I'm getting a reading, getting a really good reading. Someone's trying to break into the ship. What's happening, Sean? Sean?
yeah, right, we're done. Um, yeah, well, we can't really respond in his voice. Well, that had its easy time.
Uh, can I? Well, I got tactics. Can I just do a tactics roll and muffle it and say, "Oh, we're working on some repairs down here. There's an issue we're working with the crew."
You can always try, but that's a 1d6.
A cheese slice and you crinkle it right next to the microphone
One
and say,
day six with tactics. Yeah, I'm going. We're trying to. There's some repairs
"Why
being
don't
done.
you
And
bad
Yep.
static on this radio?"
That's what Samuel. You're taking acting classes, aren't you?
Yeah.
yeah, so we're trying to do that.
Yep.
Working with the crew on repairs.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, he says. So you don't think I need to call the captain?
No need, no need. We got this job. This captain's busy with the crew.
Okay.
We're able to contact our captain, right?
Yeah.
Like, right, if he goes to contact their captain, yeah, alright, that's
Yeah.
fine.
So that you're keeping them abreast. Okay, rightio. You get another chance. Where you go, Samuel? Oh, he says, "Oh, Sean, I've got that same signal again. I'm a bit worried about this."
So are we.
Damn it.
Then I nudge Samuel. Tell him we're worried too.
So Samuel, you're doing the same trick again, are you?
I'm gonna try one more time.
Well, no, I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm talking about talking the other guy down. That trick.
Yes, I've done. Yeah, the
1d6 plus your tactics. Where you go?
1d6 plus tactics.
There's still just some issues here electronically. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, give me the 1d6 plus. Holy fuck. Fucking hell.
The electronics.
Uh-huh.
We find out.
Okay. Radio. So, okay, you're in the ship. Um, just so you know, you sort of, Samuel, you're sort of familiar with the basic outlay of these sort of ships. Um, they're, pretty mass produced, and although there are modifications as they go through their time periods, this one does looks like a standard ship, but there's been quite a bit of modification. It looks like possibly they've used space for something. So they've made the corridors a bit narrower and all that sort of stuff. Not sure what, but anyway, it does look like it's a bit modified. You're on basically a runway that runway, a metal mesh that's suspended above a crawlway. Down to your left, towards the back of the ship, it just goes down to a door. To the right of you, it just goes up to a door, and as you get towards the front of the ship, you see a couple of doors off each side of the corridor. That's about it, really.
Alright. Well, I reckon we should jam this dude somewhere. And,
He's in
now
the
that we've
airlock.
Oh, no, we took him with us, didn't we?
Okay.
We're gonna gag him, find him, and take him with us, and then jam him somewhere. And then, well, now that we've sedated one dude, we should just go find the other dude as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Bust in there like Sean was wigging out, so we sedated him, and then when he, reacts, I'll just jab him in the neck, hopefully,
Okay.
before he can get
We gotta find him
communicated.
first. Yeah.
Well, he's a navigator, right?
Yeah. Supposedly. Yep. Now, just quickly back to Nagani. Nagani, what are you doing to keep these two other people's interest?
These silly moving around things, not so cool. I'm not too sure.
I'll try and engage them in flirtatious conversation.
Okay, can you give me a 1d6, please? Yeah, there's the snake eyes. Okay, they're sort of one guy sort of is not really sure what you're doing, and it sort of shows on his face, and the captain sort of is just being relatively respectful. He asks you questions about the ship and trying not to look too closely at your overt, like now you're almost showing him your left nipple sort of thing, and it's not much longer before you've rolled up your pants so you can see all the bits, your Brazilian wax and everything. But anyway,
I'll try to explain that it's important he looks now because he won't be there tomorrow.
which only just confuses them and makes that other guy feel really uncomfortable.
I wonder how many racing stripes are on that.
Back over at the other ship, you get to the door into what you assume would be the cockpit.
Yeah, okay.
Now remember, we're armed. We're armed and we're carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well,
We might be holding.
you point the gun at him, and then, I'll roll up and jab him. Just make sure he doesn't touch his communicator.
So you're going to have to break through the door first because it's closed and locked.
Oh, the door is locked.
Mm-hmm.
Try another one of my fabulous electronic tools.
Yep, here we
Can
go.
we tell him, can we just yell out and say that, like, Sean has, like, collapsed in the hallway? Maybe he'll come out?
I'm leaving it to you two to decide what you think is going to be the best way to move forward.
Well, he's started fiddling with the door now anyway. So.
Yep.
I just fiddled with the door to open it. Boom, 12.
Okay, the door opens. What are you doing, Samuel? Oh, give me a tactics roll because we'll do that whole 1d6. 1d6 plus your tactics.
We're gonna have to bust in that quick.
7.
Not enough for a surprise, so you go at the same time. So you pull out your gun.
Yeah.
He's got a gun ready with him on the console. So he's turning around. He's shooting at you as you probably are going to shoot at him.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And Dane,
Well, I'm pulling out my gun, I guess.
don't have to, but that's up to you. Okay, so this is all taking, just let me find the ranges. This is all shaping up at close range. This is all just outside of 5 meters. He is using an automatic pistol.
Okay, take 12 to use model 2 in this thing.
Yep, just trying to find blimmin'.
Model 4 foot range. Remember, I have
There
to
we
have
are.
my dexterity. I got a dexterity of 14.
Yep, so you get your advantageous dexterity bonus,
And I
whatever
get
that is.
model pistol 1 also.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's 1 plus then in my tactics skill.
Tactics only does that for your initiative, for your whether you got
And I
surprise or
want to
not.
say, but we were wearing, even though I'm not wearing a vac suit, I was still wearing cloth armor.
Mhm.
And we're not wearing battle dress. We're more cognito. Okay, so you can figure that out.
Yep.
And
He's
we're gonna put that
not
on him.
expecting. Yep. He's not expecting anything. He's wearing nothing. Um. So -3 close is +1. So +2, a -2 +1. Okay. He gets a -1 to his roll to hit you. So I'll just do that first.
I got a bunch of pluses here.
He misses.
And how many pluses do I have? Jeez, I got
Well, you've got a +1 because of his armor, +1 for the range, and any bonuses for your skill and advantageous dexterity. So advantageous dexterity gives you automatic pistol.
auto pistol.
Well, advantageous dexterity level D -1. That's a misprint. This is -2 -1. It must be a +1. It must be a +1. But it's the only thing that does that, so it must be a misprint.
Nice, and I'm looking at it too. So that'll be a +4 TD,
Yep,
right?
where you go.
I hit him.
He's hit. And Dane, what were you doing?
I was gonna shoot him too, but if he's just being like bluffed in the chest, then I'll probably restrain.
Okay.
Well, it's all at the same time though, right? Isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have time to think about it. This is all
Yeah, I'll shoot him too. I've got
Okay.
pistol 1 and a dex of 10.
So pistol 1 is +1, +1 for short range, the range, sorry, and advantageous. What's your dexterity? Sorry,
10.
that's another +1.
Okay, you got a hit here.
Yep,
That's a hit.
that's another hit. He's only shot at one.
Oh, a three. So you got 2 hits at 3D. Is this 3D damage?
This is going to be a mess, but hang on a second. So, Samuel, I'm just going to say you hit first, just for the sheer hell of it. So this is all going on as endurance. Where you go?
Okay. So that's 3D damage.
Yep.
Want me to roll the damage? Oh, hold on 1 second.
Ah, cool. Thank you, Pierre.
Right, 3D. Here we go. Damage. Boom. Only 5.
Okay, 5. And then Will, 3D damage. Not sorry, Will. Sorry, Matt. Matt.
Yep.
Oh, so just give me a second.
He's got a 16 strength, dexterity, endurance.
No, well, the second one he can place. He can place, but I just want to see what his stats are. Okay, radio. So that's at least 2 stats down. So just give me a second.
He's seriously hurt. He's
No,
unconscious.
he's unconscious. He's unconscious, yeah, because I'm using that rule we have for combat. So
Okay.
he's unco. So then the next round we'll probably go over there and attend to him, make sure he doesn't die, and then knock him
Bandage
out.
him up.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put him away. Now we're in the console. We're in the ship.
Yep.
We can plug into the computers and
Hopefully.
check on.
Yep.
Make sure he's all
miscellaneous,
okay.
I suppose.
Yep. So first of all, not Will. Sorry, Matt. Can you Dane make a med roll, please? Stabilize him.
Do I have a
That's 2d6, right?
Yep.
Matt? Do I
Plus
have a
3.
camera of Bluetooth that I want to contact the skipper, let him know what the hell just happened?
You
Yeah,
can. That's easy. You can do that. That's not a problem. Okay, you stabilized him. You've also knocked him out, and this time Samuel has contacted the captain to verify that you're on board in the
running
cockpit,
aboard.
and you're about to try to find information. Way you go. Computer
We
skill.
got one of his guys, his navigator. We got the other guy unconscious. We're in a situation here. You know, I keep that captain and his Redux crew busy.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling up everyone else to
Yep.
weapon up and just be ready.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, we could just take control of their ship if we wanted to.
Yep. Might as well. We've already. I mean, they're gonna be pretty
We are.
angry.
Yeah, we just shot up one of their crew members and drunk the other one and ganked them. I don't think we're on the high standards of friendliness.
Oh yeah, definitely morality has gone out the window.
Yeah. So, oh, can we just have some ice cream over this and just be better?
Yeah. So, computer roll, please, Samuel, to try to just get into the system a bit deeper and get some information.
Okay. Now remember, I'm lacking in the computer
I
area.
thought you had computer skill. Oh, yeah, well, that's enough.
I got one.
Yeah.
Slaying the computeros.
Yeah, I'm getting better now. It's 10, so I'm in there.
Okay.
And I don't know what exactly we're doing here.
So, yep,
Oh, that cunt's different.
you've got access to their Star Atlas. You've got access to their most recent logs. You've got access to general data library. Um, no major control as yet because that does require some security codes, and you don't want to play with that because you could set off the um, anti hijack program.
Can I download or copy or do a copy of these programs to a pocket computer?
Of the data that I just told you, you can if you've
Yep.
taken your data computer. Yes, if you've taken your computer, your hand
I'm
computer.
sure I will. Yeah.
Okay, so you're copying it over.
Anything in there about stars exploding in the general area?
No.
We have to check the library data for that. I don't think
Wait,
it
Uh,
will yet.
wait till we're calm and safe before
uh,
you research roads.
yeah, yeah. So,
It's meant to be for them, but
yeah.
checking crew manifest. Good boy.
Okay, so that's something you would have. Yeah, that's not a major security issue.
I want to ask. You know what?
So,
Samuel.
Samuel, you
Samuel.
do
Captain.
get a. He done.
Yeah,
He's fine. Yeah, he's just knocked out with a sedative.
Okay.
He what the captain said was true. There are only four of them on there, on the ship. So you've accounted for everyone.
The cargo. What do they have? What are they moving?
Um, food, mining equipment. That's about it. Um, they've got some old evaporator collectors.
The
Um,
other thing I want to check is I would like to check their records and see how our transponder looks from their screen. How well it's holding up. Is there a way I can do that?
they received the transponder, and there was no trigger in any way, sense, or form.
Okay. So our transponder's holding up good
Yep.
from their point. It looks good.
Mhm.
Okay. That's information that I would take back to Will
Mhm.
Weaver when we get a chance here.
Yep. And of course, it depends on how and what you want to do, and whether or not everyone's okay with it. You could always take their transponder now. It would require gutting their ship.
It would or it wouldn't.
It would, because
Okay.
you'd have to you have to overthrow their security measures to actually get to it, which
Well,
means.
that would be a call for our skipper.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna stick my tooth out. I'm gonna try to have a conversation with the skipper on the
Mhm.
situation, the captain, and I'm gonna tell him what the situation is, what we downloaded, and what we could possibly do. That our transponder's holding up, but if we could actually have their transponder on top of ours, then we might have to wipe out the crew and gut their ship. And I want to see what Skipper says. So I'm letting
Okay.
him know our options.
Yep.
Because if we're gonna take their ship, we need to just finish them off. We need to just go full out, surprise, pow pow pow, and then just start gutting them.
Yep.
We'll
Okay.
try to do that.
So, yep, you lay that out to Tacoma. Tacoma, what are you coming back with? What's your considered decision?
Well, what's the difference if we kill a little crew? We've already killed thousands of people on planets. You keep on keeping pow pow. It'd be real easy to put a slug
captain and the engineer.
on.
Oh no, the captain. Sorry, the captain and their steward slash cargo hand slash gunner.
We didn't kill thousands. The Star Triggers did for the crew. Lost them, and they detonated. We don't.
Oh,
I
people are splitting hairs, which means personality splits coming up.
originally have to be primed for
Mm.
detonating.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have cold berths?
You can, if you want to check the cargo manual. Well, they have no current people in cold berths.
They do have low berths though.
Mm-hmm. They have four. They have an emerg. Yeah.
So we can stuff the guys they got. Is that what he wants to do?
Yeah, we're gonna throw everyone in there.
Well, you got to somehow subdue the two that you have right now.
Yep, we'll swing them in there.
Um, do you need some help there? I mean, we can have these doors locked open, and I can use my tactics. We're gonna crank them, or we're gonna shoot them down. Is there,
We're gonna
what
we're
is
gonna we're gonna persuade them aggressively, get into their cold berth.
to get the guns out of them?
Yeah, then hurry up and get them away from the engine.
Are you gonna pull the guns out of them before we come? All right, so we're gonna. I
Well, Dane can first of all needs your help to help him load the other two into the cold berths.
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna try to hold them up for as long as we can, so when
Keep talking to them. We'll get the other two into the first two low berths,
yeah, but
and then we're gonna work our way back to the ship. We'll put those guys down till they're secure. They're unconscious, and they're gonna be put
Yep.
into the other two
So,
berths on the ship.
yep. So
And then
Dane.
we're gonna work our way back towards you to subdue these other guys. If we have to kill them, we'll kill them.
yeah, but Operation Legs, that's what we're thinking.
Operation Legs.
Connie's not in there as Nikki, huh?
Yeah, but she is for all the wrong reasons.
It's her first day on the job. I'm teasing.
Come on, give her a break.
Oh my God.
Try to hold them up until you get here, but we might have to pull out early.
Okay, rightio. So, Dane, can you give me a mid roll, please, just to make sure that you feel you're happy that they have been inserted in the cold burst or low burst for safety? I mean, yeah, exactly. This is going to be super hot plasma cold burst, but anyway. Yep, they're sleeping. They're totally oblivious to what's happening. Resting easy. They'll go off easy.
Might be the best way into a Star Destroyer anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's sleep.
It's humane. You can at least you can say we didn't kill them. We didn't shoot them to death.
We'll know something about, quotes, the Catholic patron saint of rationalization.
Sister Logica.
Do they have a full?
Best.
We could just somehow
No.
program their ship to jump
Yeah.
so that when we come later,
What,
that
give warning to another system about who we are?
yep.
Maybe you wait. By the time they've jumped them,
Well, we can keep them in cold berth. Just jump them safe to system, and then float for fucking thousands of years and wake up later.
Oh,
Not as
that's actually a pretty good idea. That'd be funny.
one trace
Left behind about days. How reliable is a cold berth system? It's never really been tested for thousands of meters.
No, but well,
obviously,
but
there's so long as there's a charge on it. I mean, you can dim everything down, and things can run for hundreds to thousands of years.
yep.
It's
Okay,
not
well,
designed for things that are still on the fridge.
well, yep. So you've got them in.
Or the
All this time you are though. Will you? I need a pilot roll, please, from Tacoma because, first of all, do you have piloting at all, Samuel?
I do. I have pilot one and ship school one.
Okay, what Tacoma would need would you for you to actually basically turn off all of the equipment so that he can direct the direction of the ships.
Oh, I can do that.
Yep.
That'll be easier. I mean, I got pilot one. I should be able
Okay.
to easily do
Yep.
that.
So do that. So as you're returning, you can tell Tacoma he's got total control because then you can start heading in if that's what you wish to do because you've got 20 something hours to get there yet.
All right.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
That's
right.
all fine.
Oh,
Yep.
accelerate.
Yep. Because before you would have been heading away around the sun, not at it.
So we had all of them. We subdued them all already. Put them in Opus.
Just the two.
So
Meanwhile,
the
back on the
captain.
ship. Yep.
Yes.
So Nagani, you got them in. Um, by this time, you would have shown them part of the engineering section, which really sort of blows them away. You've heard some terms that Samuel's used, and you're chucking them in there. They don't really make much sense to you, so it's probably not making much sense to the others. But it sounds right, if you know what I mean. It sounds plausible, but and so Captain, you've got Teddy, you've got Devon, you've got yourself. I'm assuming Will is once you've corrected course, Will is on board in the cockpit. Um, I don't know where you are, but you've got the other three ready to do something at the entrance of the engineering section if you need.
I'm gonna I'm gonna grab an auto rifle or something and
Well, you're on the other ship at the moment, so they're just doing this.
we're at
You're heading over.
All
Yeah.
right, Roger.
So how do you want to surprise them or whatever it is you want to do? I'm just going to check.
I got a feeling you
Um,
gotta watch out for the steward. It's a little more than just a steward.
um, um, um,
Steward slash gunner.
quite possibly.
A little bit of a resistance here.
Yeah, the steward is the one with the captain
Yep.
above
Yes.
Nani.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't appear that Teddy has tactics.
What about or was that Teddy?
Lance, that's Lance there. That's Lance.
What? Oh, we're gonna have to hold up and wait. And
Okay.
So am I working my way now that we got the ship powered down and connected and we've got everything open and in control of the other ship? Am I working my way back to
Yep.
the other ship now?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I've got the auto rifle and the pistol ready, and I'm working towards the engineering area, and I'm also got my Bluetooth in my ear. I'm waiting for captain's orders
Rightio.
based on where they are in the hall or what
Rightio.
captain says. Or we'll go in guns blazing.
Yep. So, guys, if we have a quick look at the ship picture,
yeah,
just trying to get it up myself. There we go. Okay. Right. So you're on the main deck. Um, there's two exits. There's a port and a starboard. So starboard's on the right, port's on the left. Um, so looking at it, Nagani, you having to lead them through one of those two doors. You are not sure where the captain has. So captain, if you can give me through a whisper where you want the which who do you want whether you want them split between the doors or all on one side or whatever, where do you want your team?
where are they?
They're in the engineering section at the moment. They're about to come out into one of the two places. We don't, because you haven't been able to talk to Nagani. There's no way of making sure which one she's going to come out of. So I need you to whisper to me. Well, actually, I'll do it this way. Well, if Nagani, if you just whisper to me, that's a /W, and you put in my name, whatever it is, in the Roll20, and just put down left or right, and I know which door you're going out into the which hall. Okay? And then I'll just, if you do that, then I'll come back to the others and they can talk to me about it all, because I just need your left or right. Okay, rightio, so I know which one she's coming out of. Okay, and just let me have a look at all these things. Damn it, damn it, damn it, where are we? Okay, so you have, there is, in the lower deck, there is a forward and a rear ramp. You get to those, the rear ramp you get through the engineering section, the forward ramp you get through the cockpit by the looks of this. And then you've got the other two which take you into the cargo deck. Um, Yep,
or what?
yep. So that's what we've got. Um,
If you switch to a new map, you might be able to drag and drop that picture on the
you
screen
reckon?
so everybody can see it and move on it.
Don't know, matey.
You never created any second map ever.
Oh yeah, I've got several maps. I'll just create a new one. It's easier.
Drag
And
and drop that thing from the handout to the map.
yep, and we'll have all over there. No, let's open it up as a handout. I can show everyone the thing, and you can click on it to get a. Um, okay, so Tacoma, start talking because I know which side she's coming out of. So you said that you were doing it on the connector to their ship, which to me would appear to be how your ship works. Would probably appear to be the aft. Um,
The rear, right?
yeah,
From the bottom of the cargo bay.
but yeah, aft lower deck. So that sort of doesn't really work how you described it. Um, but is that where you want your team to be waiting for them?
Yeah, well, they've got to go to the ship.
Okay, rightio. So everyone, you guys are all in the lower deck in the cargo bay near in the airlock, in the aft airlock. Okay, there is only one airlock on the cargo deck, so that's cool.
Ready, guns down and tactics, and
Yep,
Steven's got some cover or something from behind, a
yep.
box.
So Nagani is actually leading them out the left side. So Nagani, you come out the left side. Tacoma, are you telling them to go down that hatch down into the cargo bay?
Sorry, what?
Are you telling Nagani because you now know she's actually led them out of the engineering section via the left side?
Yeah, but is she heading up to the other side or down here?
No, she's just coming out. So do you want to tell her, okay, they might want to go back to the ship. They can go down through that airlock immediately outside the door.
Yeah, yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
I'll tell her that.
Okay, Nagani, there you get that message to do that. So you can take them to the. Yeah. Okay, you get into the cargo deck now. Please do remember with shooting, you do have something like 12 star triggers somewhere in there as cargo. Just
Oh, okay.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let them get onto their ship and
Yeah, so now you guys are stuck because now you're in the airlock waiting for them and they're heading towards you without realizing you're in there. So you're going to have to go across into their ship and wait for them there, which is actually is the safer
Yeah, I
option.
think that's better because then we can go back into their ship, wait for them, and then we'll have our other crew ambush them from behind because the doors are we got the doors wide open, and they're
Yeah.
as minute they walk through, they're gonna know something's wrong because the doors are open. So we're gonna have to be on the ball at that same instant.
So do you want to close their doors so it doesn't look so
We can
obvious?
do that. We can
Okay?
go through because we've over concealed. We can close the door
Yep,
and we have control from the other side. Of course, they can open it,
yep.
so it'll look like security.
Okay, so we've got Devon, Teddy, and you and Dane on board their ship, who are on the cargo, who are on the engineering section side, who are on the cockpit side. Just so I know.
I'll go on the cockpit side, I guess.
Yep. Who else is with you?
By cockpit, you mean their side or our side?
They're on their ship. Yeah.
Oh, the corridor. Where the
Yeah.
corridor?
Their corridor's a T
The
section.
other side of the corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on their ship.
Yep. So who's with Dane on the cockpit side?
I am too.
Okay. Radio. Okay. So we know. So all sweet. So we know that. So just please remember when you're shooting that you're not going to shoot at each other. Okay. So well, they thank you. Let's say I guess that's the end of the tour. Well, you know, thank you. Sort of. Um,
Hope you enjoyed your stay.
yeah. That's a mighty fine looking rig you got in the engineering section.
Mhm.
Still don't quite understand how it all works. Is she to put not? I don't want to put too fun a word. She's not part of the engineering crew, is she?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Well, she didn't really seem to understand a lot of it.
That's
Trying to.
very good. Shut up. Let him.
Yeah, okay, rightio, he says. Well, we better get going then. So they go out the rear um, airlock along the corridor. They enter. The captain says he talks to another guy called Lenny. There's static. Lenny?
I'm
Are we
gonna
gonna tell them they
try and get a
freeze?
surprise when I hear that
Are we gonna tell them to
straight away.
freeze, or we're just gonna shoot?
Okay, so they're in the cargo. They're in the airlock right now. What do you think's the best place to shoot them at right now?
In this spot, shut both doors.
Okay, rightio. So, well, they're going to have to open one door, but so Tacoma's telling you open the airlock door and shoot them. I think.
No, I got
No?
another idea,
Whoa.
dude.
No?
No, no, hold on.
Yeah. Okay. So,
We just close the airlocks and bleed out the air till they pass out.
We have
We've got
a
control of both
boarding.
sides. We don't even need to shoot them.
Nope. Just close both airlocks.
well, it's locked. Okay. I need you first of all, please, Samuel, to set up that with an electronics roll.
Okay, I'll try
Oh,
to do that.
yep.
That way, hold on. I'm rolling right now. Electronics roll 12.
Okay, and I've taken you to the wrong
So we keep
page.
it locked. Their code doesn't work because we're on the inside now, and you're on the inside of our side, and so now you just seep enough air, just asphyxiate them enough where they pass out. They'll be killed.
Okay, rightio. So as you're doing that, and they suddenly realise that the air is escaping, they grab the helmets that are in the airlock and put them on, and they're jumping into their suits. They may get into them quick enough, or may not. I don't know. I'm just going to make a roll for each one of them. So
Okay.
give me a second. Two.
One shields are locked.
So the captain
While I try to put their gear on.
doesn't get into the suit quick enough. He passes out, and the other dude does. So you've got one guy there. The captain's unconscious, and the other guy's got his thing on, and he's going for the helmet for the captain.
Yeah.
Alright, do it now.
Now we're having an issue because he's
I think Tacoma's
putting
just
the air out.
yeah
Kill the
yeah
captain. We don't want to kill the
yeah.
captain.
Tacoma's just told you do it now. I think he means open the door and shoot.
Okay, we open the door. We're just gonna load in.
Okay, so the four of you just turn around the corner and you all load in. I'm not sure. So I know you two are using auto pistols. I'll get you guys to shoot first, but we'll do a tactics roll.
Can we just threaten him to not doing anything? I mean, I guess either way. Yeah, you can threaten him. We can still point our
Does he
guns
have
at
any
him.
weapons on him?
He's not suicidal, surely. Put your
Okay,
hands in
ca-
the big
yeah.
backpack. Just threaten him.
Can I ask you, if this was your ship, what would you do?
Not
Clearly,
kill myself.
Maniac don't want to
Oh,
block
I'd
it.
blow it up.
There you go. So you've got a range of responses.
On the
So
other hand, I just wanted this group to judge General Adam Adams for being crazy.
that's not this group though. But anyway, yeah. So can I get a tactics roll, please, from you, Samuel, just to see if anyone's got surprise? You got a good chance of actually. You have got guaranteed surprise, haven't you? Because you've got
Oh,
tactics
nice.
4.
Let's see if he's like a +5 or something like that. +4.
It's no, just roll 1d6. Roll it again.
1d6.
1d6 plus 4.
Okay, that's better.
Okay, you have surprise, so you have one shot before he can reply with any sort of shot. Do you want to use it up as a threat, or do you want to use it as a shot?
If I threaten him, do I still have a shot before he can shoot me?
You've used up your surprise.
Oh shit! I gotta just shoot him.
Okay, that's for. Okay, so the rest of the team, you
I'm
just so
just
you
gonna
know.
shoot him. We don't
Yep.
want to kill him. That maybe we won't kill him, but we need to just shoot him.
Okay, and he's wearing the effectiveness of combat armor, so it's going to be harder. So,
It's battle stress. It's not combat armor. It's like cloth. It's vac suit.
I treat all vac suit like combat armor.
I thought vac suit,
Yeah,
regular vac suits were cloth, not
no, no,
combat armor.
no. So -5 plus 1 for type of armor and range. Hang on, did I say what's short
You said
distance?
combat.
No, short distance. It's a short distance. So -5 +2 for range, plus your skill and your advanced dexterity stuff.
My well, -5 +2 for range. My skill is +1, which is 3, and then my dexterity is another +1, which is 4.
Okay.
So I need to get a 9 or higher to hit him.
Okay, where you go. I'm scared what Teddy and Devon are going to be opening up with, but anyway.
Boom, I got a 8.
Okay, Dane, I think you're one less than him. Dane, you hit him. Okay. Devon, what are you shooting him at with?
He's combat armor.
Just
But yeah,
not an FGMP or anything like that.
no, you can
No,
have
you can't
FGMP.
shoot them.
No.
Kill us all.
Oral pistol on him, yes.
Okay, so do you have advantageous dexterity?
He's got 10.
With the
You,
my dexterity is 6.
no, you don't. Oh, 6. Oh, it's even worse. You get a -2 because you need a 7 on an auto pistol.
You sure it's a 6? That's your second stat.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Rightio. -7 +2 is 5 plus skill.
We're in trouble.
What?
-7 +2 for range plus skill.
-7 plus
So
2.
you're at -5 right now. What's your skill level?
Yeah, no. What would I get? I'd do
You can't even tell. Doesn't matter.
Double sixes are
I could
always
I
successful.
he could still roll a double six.
Yep. Make your roll, matey.
Nope.
Oh my god. Okay. Rightio. No, that's all cool. And lastly, Teddy. Tacoma. Sorry. Not Tacoma. Sorry. Um,
We're gonna be in trouble here.
Sid.
Yeah.
As soon as there you are, the Grand Arch, whatever, the Grand Arch. You've got control of Teddy. Um, Combat rifle and laser weapons are his favourite guns by the looks of it. And he could use a gun, and you'll also see something else on his sheet underneath his photo.
Sure.
Not quite. Starts with P. It's something he picked up in the time travel.
Okay.
There's the psi powers he picked up in time
Oh,
travel that he hasn't told anyone
Like
about.
like an
No,
alien.
no.
Um.
And they're a lot higher than that. But anyway, one, two, three, four, yeah, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, he's got them all.
What's telepath? Clairvoyance.
Telekinesis, awareness, yeah. He had 11 levels to put them in, so he hasn't really put them in there yet. But he does have a laser carbine.
Hold on one. Oh, snap.
Yep, -6 plus 1, -5 plus. Where the hell is
4.
this?
Short.
-4. And hang on, but he has a B. Laser carbine. He has a B for his dexterity, so to see if that's advantageous. So he gets a +2. He's on a -2 to hit this guy with his laser carbine if you want to use it.
Isn't it like a shotgun or something like that?
I don't think he has a shotgun. He's got a laser carbine, an ACR. If you want to use an ACR, my God.
That almost fucking tears a hole in the ceiling.
-3. Sorry, where are we? +2. He gets a +3 with it,
With what?
with his ACR, and that's not an auto. That's just on one shot. It's a +3.
It
Plus
oh,
is +1. He gets a +4. +4 all up. Okay. Auto combat rifle +4.
36 plus 4.
Yep.
Hey Steve, I want to read something to you real
Oh.
fast.
Mm.
Have you page 107, grab a book.
Mhm.
That suit is treated as cloth armor. It says right here, an attempted protective suit is treated as cloth armor. So whatever that's worth. I mean, you're saying,
Okay.
I mean,
That's cool, but you got to remember one thing, guys. It's also for your protection too, because when you get it, you
I
get.
thought we used cloth armor as metal dressing. That's what we use cloth
we
armor.
have metal dressing on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't need that. We've got fully loaded colonial battle dressing.
No, no one's tested it yet.
Oh, they don't own it yet, don't?
You don't know yet. No one's tested it. You're going on
Oh,
base equipment.
so collateral damage.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, I'll just do where Dane's hit him. 3d6, please, Dane. Yep, Dane's hit him and Teddy's hit him, and Teddy's gonna hit him for lots.
He doesn't even have a chance to fire. We're just shooting at him, huh?
Yep, and just gonna see the reaction with the result. So Dane, Matt, if you can please just do your 3d6,
Yep. 1 sec.
because I know what his stats are. So, and one more. It's 3d,
36.
3d6.
3D. Oh,
So just
sorry.
one more die.
Yep. Set. Doing it. Yep. Uh, there we go.
Oh, excellent. 10. Okay, rightio. Give me a second, please. Okay. Rightio. That's all cool. And then Teddy. He's not out from that shot. He's probably going to be out from this one, though. 46. Very likely. 18. 18 plus 10 is 28. Um, there are bits of him all over the place. That's the best way to say. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you could find bits to put a nice. But the captain is complete, one whole unit. So Dane,
Yep.
let's say Teddy helps you get his body into the cold
Yeah.
sore.
Cold storage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Um,
Complete control of their ship.
yep. 22 hours before you get to the drop-off point with the Star Trigger.
And we can start to tear. Oh, we're working our way towards the Star Trigger point.
Hmm.
We can start to tear apart this ship. Also, you know what? I'm an engineer and I got piloting skills. I want to see if there's a way we can bring the ship with us or program it to go out and jump, maybe even into interstellar space.
Hmm.
Tear.
It would need,
How big is the jump drive?
well, the jump drives don't have enough fuel for kickoff.
Okay.
And you could make it.
Oh, we put them on the outfit.
Yeah, oh,
On the ship. Or
yeah,
part of the ship.
yeah. You could try to initiate a jump without the fuel. You run the risk of not only misjumping but blowing up, because you'll be doing. I'm assuming you're going to be initiating it so that it's still within the 100, outside of the 10 and inside of the 100 jump point.
No, that I was thinking of if we could. I would like to. If there's a way to steal what's left of this crew down to
Hmm.
keep them in low berth and program it so it would jump even one. When they jump one,
Bish.
they're in interstellar space, and then program it so the powers everything would power down, and maybe a beacon would go off in 10 years. You know what I mean? And they're just
Hmm.
floating.
Well,
That was
the
I was
yeah
thinking.
the ship is actually a modified ship. It's designed. It takes less cargo, but it's designed to be a two-jump ship. which means it needs a lot of fuel.
Can we auto jump it to 4 engine?
Um, you need fuel on it to be able to do a jump like that.
We
Um,
don't have enough fuel.
yeah, if you try to engage the jump drives within the diameters of the planet of the sun, you may get an explosion. You may get a misjump. You may get nothing.
Or if we leave them, they're dead anyway.
Yep.
We just kept those supernova. There was no reason going through all this bother to put them in those holders.
Yep.
It'd be nice to keep them alive somehow.
So
In a couple hundred years.
yep. So to guarantee them being alive, you need to be able to find fuel.
And there's no fuel where we are. We're
No.
talking about, it might not be even worth it.
So why'd they come out here if they've got no fuel?
They have
Obvious.
enough fuel for maneuvering, just not for jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're on their way probably to the main planet to drop off their goods and pick up goods and then get fuel. We're not near the
Yep.
main planet. We're near the star.
Yep.
We're more like Mercury, and they were on their way to Earth.
Hmm.
So we're
On the other
far
side.
away. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they just happened to be over here on their route. Maybe they jumped a little off the planet or something.
Either way, got it.
Okay, so I'll need an engineering roll, please, from Samuel to get to the black box.
9.
Okay, right. The ship is you've basically managed to apart from the low berths that are still on, pretty much everything else is offline. You've got the black box in your hand. You've got the transponder.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to hand it over. We're going to take it over to Mr. Weaver and see how we can maybe correspond this with the other transponder that we have so we can maybe
Yeah.
look at it.
I wasn't the one to program the transponder. It was somebody else.
Yep. No. Well, it'd be you, Samuel. At some stage, you would not be able to do it right now, but you, if you want to swap out transponders, that would be your job later on.
Well, we'll just take it then. We got
Yep.
it. We'll just
Yep.
take it aboard and put it with the rest of our stuff.
Yep.
We got some library data or
Yep.
any other logs and
Yep.
some of that things. Maybe we could take cargo. We could act like them if they were taking food somewhere.
Well, you've got some food, so you can always take that for life support for yourselves.
Yeah.
As I said, the other things they've got is some mining gear and they've got some evaporator collectors. So basically pulling what little moisture there is out of the atmosphere to create water.
Ah,
But that's about it.
shit. Well, I think we killed them anyways. There's gonna be no way to save them.
Well, you can always I don't know what you could do really now. Because the minute you leave it, the ship is going to be heading towards the star. Because you don't have any maneuver drive now, unless you change direction with your ship and then accelerate and then disengage, and then they just head out, coast out at that acceleration rate. But their acceleration rate is not going to beat the explosion of the star.
So they still have maneuver drives. Can't we just program their maneuver drives to
You
like
you
reinforce?
you've gutted their ship to get to the transponder,
Oh, okay.
so it's all offline. It's all stuffed.
Well, I think one of the things we could do is, as we're headed out after we launch the star trigger, we just take them with us and let them loose and let them keep on shooting out in a trajectory out of system. So as we accelerate at full speed, no, they're not going to keep accelerating, but they'll just keep coasting at the speed we disconnect off
Mhm.
from them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then we'll just send them sailing. And maybe there's some chance that they'll survive this trigger. If not, they're just going to die. Well, they're probably going to die anyway. But we're at least got it.
Like Baron and Contact.
Well, Samuel's got to do it for his own sanity. Nagani.
There's a whole storyline here. If they can live and maybe come out somewhere else, it might be kind of interesting.
Mhm.
Did they put the another potential storyline there?
Mhm.
If they took the low berths out while you're hibernating, possibly.
No, you'd have to turn off the low berth. No, turn them down.
Yep.
Yeah, if battery power was disconnected.
It's an awful lot of work for while you're doing a very tricky maneuver, getting everything ready. Because don't forget, you got a Teddy's got a. I think Teddy is the one that's responsible for getting the star triggers ready and loaded.
Yep.
He sends out the missile.
We need to strip this ship
Um, are you dropping the ship now, so it's going to head straight towards the sun?
No, let's take it with us and at least give it somewhat of a chance to go to get a vector, to get some speed. Take it with us on our vector and then cut it loose so it floats away from the star. If there's a chance by beams that they can survive, then they will. If the sun fries them, it fries them.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time we jet out of there, they might have enough speed where even though the ship fries, they're still buzzing over, it's worth a shot. It's not just frying them from the sun. Fuck knows. At least give them a little
A
chance.
little bit of humanity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
smallest
you want to
kind of
Yep.
you hope they can outrun the radiation because when a star explodes, there's
All sorts of
98%
nasties.
of the speed of light. Alpha and beta particles, 98% of the speed of
I
light,
suppose
and
you're
then
right. Let's
neutrophils.
just let them drop into the sun.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about this. Let's just
Yeah.
try to get them.
They're not going to survive. This is a bad system.
If you wanted to survive it in a ship, you'd want to be like behind a gas giant, and you'll be
Or behind a moon. If you're on a dark side of a moon, you could survive
No, the
it.
moon. No, sort of. No, just
a little more massive than that.
let's just give them a shot chance to see if they survive on this moon. They're probably dead.
Okay.
So where do we
Rightio.
take them
Coming in.
mostly?
Tacoma, I need a 2z6 plus, I think it's
Hold on. What did we get from the ship?
some food, some information, and their transponder.
What about the whole computer?
You wouldn't be able, no.
No
We can't take it out. We
pre-information.
got all the data we need
You've
on it.
got, what you've got in data, you've got some of their recent logs, you've got library data, you've got their star atlas.
We got their programs. We can
So,
download
yeah,
them onto the computer, but
yeah.
we can't take them
Library.
out.
Yep.
Library.
Library data, star atlas.
They're part of a corporation.
Yep.
Do we have any information from
You'll
the
get a little bit of
corporation?
that. Yep, you'll get a bit of that stuff. And
Alright.
also their star atlas, which would be very useful to your navigator.
Alright, people. Get ready for genocide.
Rightio. Give me a 2d6 roll for
Where are we going first?
into the sun now.
No, I meant
Oh, jumping out. Okay, rightio. Right, can you just give me a 2d6 plus, I think it's 2 for Teddy, just to get the stuff ready?
Which system are we on anyways? Are we on 309?
Yep, you're over here.
we're right here.
Yep,
Okay.
Plus 2, 7.
7. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Yep, so it's where do you want to head back to?
We've got a transponder. We could go to the planet with the Cool 6 and act like we're bringing cargo in.
Yep, doesn't have a gas giant, so you need to go to the system, into the,
Do it.
or you can return back there and then head up there and then head there.
Yeah, this seems to be a session of just going for it. Let's go for
Yeah,
it.
just want to tell you one thing. You jump there, you can't jump out unless you're refueled first.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
jump
that's
you jump there, you can refuel so you can jump in and jump somewhere else.
Yeah,
yeah.
let's
Let's
jump there.
go back to the what it was called 110
Color. Color.
Keller. Yeah.
Yep.
Or Keller.
Radio. Just saying. It's up to you. If you want to be stuck in that system when the sun goes up, that's yours. Okay, radio. Tacoma. What did you want to do next as your
Yeah, we'll head back to here. It'll be a bitch trying to
Yep.
get some water again, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So you're heading towards the sun. Teddy is setting things up, and you were trying to do something else. Sorry, you wanted to do something else.
I don't remember.
Okay. I'm not sure whether it's do anything to do with the computer stuff or not. The information.
No, we've got it downloaded in the
Yep.
system.
Well, we
Yep.
got a whole jump to play with that. We got monkey
Okay.
with it.
Radio. So you come in. I need a gunnery roll, please, from Teddy. Basically, double ones screw things up, but that doesn't screw things up. He sends it on its merry little way. Okay. And
Goodbye, star system.
perhaps.
Did we let him go now? I'm gonna vector
Well,
out.
you're turning around. You're vectoring out at three Gs. When you hit 3 Gs,
Let him go.
let him go. Okay, just some boof. Okay, umbilical
As
cord's
far
cut.
as they're gonna get, so
Yep. Radio, and you guys are on your way heading out. And that's when you get a call.
and ignore it.
Uh-huh. Radio, well, you're getting a call from a subsidized merchant that's also heading out. They give you the lay in the vector. They're expecting for you to lay in your vectors. They've detected you. Are you or are you not?
Do we send the host vector, or
If you wish
Oh,
to.
I mean, there might be an issue here because we might be close to hitting each other or something.
Yeah.
Can we double check their vector to make sure they're not in our path?
Okay, so first of all, Will,
yeah?
navigation roll please, to just to make sure you're not going to crash into each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of space there. That would be a pretty rare.
Yeah.
But
Still, we
yeah,
might want to communicate with them and check their vector. Say we're on our way to jump out of system. Just
Okay.
start roughly.
Well, from what Will sort of plotted, he says that you're traveling more or less parallel to each other, not really going to cross vectors, from what his understanding.
okay. We're
Um,
shooting a rear vector then.
okay. Radio. They then ask, that's the vector heading out. When are you planning to, are you heading to jump out?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so golden. Okay, so they just want to know when are you going to jump out? Are you going to jump out at the 100 radius? Are you jumping out further than that? Because
Let's say
their navigator suggests that at some point your vectors are gonna cross. They just want to make sure that you don't like cross before one of you two jumps.
Tell them we'll be jumping at the 100 diameter.
Okay, rightio. So they will. You being the smaller ship, you need to adjust.
Are we quicker?
Oh yeah.
no. You need to adjust. We need to go. Please go.
Why the hurry? They say.
No. No.
Yeah, yep,
Shut
yep,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Um, how much time will we lose if we go around them?
Oh, it's a couple of minutes, 5, 10 minutes.
Then we'll go around them then.
Okay, rightio. So you're hitting that. So they've also got that. You've also got that other ship that's like totally uncontrolled. They don't even know it's there because it's not sending a transponder.
Look, yeah. Just turn it right off.
Not likely to collide. We should ask them how good their rear shielding is.
So,
So yeah, we'll
yeah.
turn. In the turn, we'll release the ship and then
Okay,
go on.
right.
We could release the ship and aim it at theirs while we're at it.
That's what he was thinking about, but he didn't.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
Stick this up your rear.
but no. In
Okay,
turn, we'll let them loose.
rightio.
Where are you going?
You're heading out. Yep. Okay, so you head
We're
out.
out anyways.
You are approaching the 100 jump point. Um, Will, you get a slightly unexpected early detonation.
What?
There is no way that you're going to get to the 100 radii location and still be safe to jump. You have to jump within the next 30 seconds.
Why did we
Well,
build a leeway of several hours into the start?
Because you had several things happening.
I see.
Yeah. Things got more complicated than you wanted it to.
Yeah, let's do it.
so we're taking the risk of this jump.
Yeah.
How many diameters are we out at?
You're short of your 100.
99, 98?
Yeah, you're short of 100. So it's a +5 on drive. Sorry. So drive failure first, please. Um, that one you're probably not going to fail at all, but 2d6 please. Yep, that's just a failure. That's not going to happen yet, but we're just going to make the rolls. Anticipation. Okay, now the next one. You get a -1 because it's a naval ship, which is in your favour.
Hold on, hold on. Phoenix is -1, +1, +4. I got it right in front of me.
Yep, that's it. So
13 or higher is a mistral.
No, no, give me the modifiers as they are.
okay,
So
plus 5 within 100 diameters. -1 because you've got a naval ship, and that is it.
That means is it? Can we get another minus because we're so into the 100
nope.
diameter?
Nope, you're safe. That was a good little bit of anticipation.
What's the roll? Well, let's go.
13 or higher, you're done.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got
13.
yeah. Well, no, you got getting close, getting close, getting close. So boom, you jump out. But someone asked what happens to the star. You now know because you've got recorded evidence. This star trigger isn't necessarily like the Darien star trigger. It doesn't um, disperse a shell or two. That this actually destabilizes a whole section of the sun, and it causes a nova.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
So our little merchant ship is fried, and the other ship is fried, and the planet's fried, and the gases are hitting all the planets are fried.
yep,
The whole system's just
yep.
cooked.
And all that lovely gamma radiation is, and alpha and beta is rushing towards, oh, this one, sorry, this one,
Hi, Mick.
and this one.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
within
still
2.
years away.
Yes.
Before you get
Yes, as long as you move quickly, you're fine. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, how many years? 3 or 4. We don't know.
Yeah.
it's got Peter put in there
6.
93% the speed of light.
Yes.
Still, it's going to take it. It's
That's
1.27 years
yep.
light years for X.
Yep.
So it's years away. We got plenty of time. We're not hanging around here for years. We're gonna jump our asses in the sun.
Hopefully, if nothing happens to your ship. Okay.
Yeah, we could be.
During the week that you've got on board ship, um, who's got the highest computers? Is it Devon?
No, I think we're tied. I need them to fly.
Okay, rightio. So, Devon, if you can give me a computer roll, please. Cool. Thank you. Okay, so Devon has been able to translate and copy everything into Will's atlas. So Will, you've got very relevant star maps right now. The star maps you have are for both Garabag and Kalabajar, so they are vastly more accurate than what you would have had to calculate. The library data is there. There's a couple of encoded messages that you have not yet been able to break, if you want to break them at all, but they all seem to be company files. Logs tell you of so this ship's been in action for around the last 5 years. It only seems to have 2 runs, or did have, sorry, and that was over to whatever we're calling this place, Torvald, and up to this planet. So it would sort of travel that way, then that way, and then back again, and then back again, and that was its run for the last 5 years, pretty much is what you get. What you do get though is some interesting information about on approaching here. Um,
Oh no, we're moving there, right?
yeah, yep. But what you get in the last 3 months only, there's been a new transponder system in action, and it would seem to be the naval one. So that gives you an indication that the Navy base has not been completed, nor has it been around for very long. So you've got a good chance that the most you're going to encounter are fighters, or if they already have a patrol cruiser, but nothing else.
All right. This might be our opportunity to strike then.
Yeah. So just from reading the logs, you get the understanding that that system's been like 2 months in action. So that would definitely inform you that it's very new. So you've got a really low chance of actually encountering a lot of Navy build-up. It also, if you can give me a nav roll, please, Will, the character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, it will. It'll just get you there. So Will can actually plot, given like the astronomical data, he can plot where the Navy base is set up, and it's actually one of the ones that's set opposite the planet. So it's on the other side of the system. That's where it's been built, in the fifth planet orbit. And looking at your records, the fifth planet orbit is the counterbalance to one of the one of the little ice planets. So you'll also know that the main planet that you're going for is in the second orbit, and that planet is actually within the 100 diameters of the star.
Okay.
So their planet would be roughly a third of the way between Venus and Earth, but it puts you within the 100 diameters of the star system itself. So you sort of can infer and interpolate quite a bit of information about this system from the records on that other ship.
You're
Um,
talking about Sunai. That's the
yes,
Sunai.
yep, yes, yes,
Okay.
yep. So you jump out, you get back into your weird space. I need a piloting roll, please, just to get through the atmosphere. Tacoma, double ones is the only thing you're going to do any major damage with. You're fine.
Shannon? Oh.
And no, no, it's not Tacoma. Oh, Tacoma. We'll just roll to see what you are today, shall we? Not Tacoma, sorry. Nagan.
Negan.
Nagan. We'll see what you are today. Nagani.
If you turn into Nagani, you better stay out of engineering.
8. Okay, the day that you drop back into normal space, Nagan is doing one of those I'm frozen things. You don't, so it's markers to the ready, um, and there's a no response. He's off in some other dimension sort of thing, but you've got his body there sort of thing. Yeah, so Nagan, can you give me a 2d6 roll? What is your intelligence?
1 second. He's back to being Negan.
Yeah.
11.
Okay, give me a 2d6 roll with a +1 on top, please.
Alright. That's right. 2d6 plus 1.
This other space that you go to, yeah, you're actually starting
Yeah.
to understand a bit about it. This other existence, and you sort of discovered you have a very limited way of manipulating, because it doesn't operate on the same laws as this universe. But
Yeah.
you've sort of starting playing with the idea of being able to manipulate parts of local space and matter, or where you exist in this plane of existence. Or is that your imagination? But at least that's what you think is happening when you're there.
Um, no.
Yeah?
But I'm spotting a bucket of organic monsters coming naked
Well,
from
there you go.
how do you think this shit upstairs happened?
Yeah.
The writer talking about
He could be a sci-fi writer, Steve.
Yeah, if I could sit down and recall it all and write it, it'd be interesting. Yeah,
the locals who evolve in this space will write a book about Negan and the
the
Silver
great.
Lake,
Yeah.
and he became a woman on the seventh day.
Such was our God's ability. Yes,
That's funny.
Only random haphazard ability.
The Book of Nagan has been ranked my
the Book of
voice.
Nagan. There you go, Nagan. See, you're a god in your own lunchtime.
No, no, no. They confuse Negan and Nagani.
Yeah.
There's two different people.
Nagan took his wife, Nagane.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys jump out.
Was she was only allowed out of her house for 127 days. Yeah, very
So
adorable story about evil spirits who are hanging her cabin door. Very adorable story. Nobody understands it, but
no,
yeah.
right. So Will, you've been pouring over the data, which has been helpful with all of your stuff. So that's going to give you a +1 on any other sort of navigational roles for any of the systems within those two subsectors. Um, the rest of you have been pouring over the library data. It talks more about the New Frontier deal, about what sort of information are you hoping to get out of the library data?
Generic information,
Okay, so
cultural stuff that we would assign.
okay, cool.
And also our
Yep,
ability to be incognito, to maybe land on a planet,
Yeah.
yep.
go to a star form,
Okay, so you get some local
and
customs. Yep, all that. Okay,
yes,
Maybe even local conflicts within the region.
okay. So at the moment, there's only one conflict, if you like, and that's happening over in Oribus. That's Huon and Fornost are seceding from what I mean. If you look at it, it's a very sparsely populated subsector, but those two systems are seeding from the Oribos sort of nation, if you like, um, and setting up their own various different political and religious views. That's what they're doing. Um, Beyond Space, which is what it's called, which lies beyond the edge of the purple line at the bottom. Um, at the moment, there's only scout services, the odd independent free trader or far trader, if they can make it. They have to be quite heavily modified, because to jump from here requires, the minimum is a 3 jump to get anywhere to another system, and there's not a lot about that yet. The scout service is creating star maps as they go, but they are also ensuring, of course, that one, we don't interfere with other cultures and we recognize their sovereignty, and two, if it's a free planet, is it safe for human consumption, so to speak. So that sort of is where it's planned, and there's talk about, the next 100 years we'll be pushing forward into the beyond space, and the greatness that, and like, and the talking it all up. Yeah, little do they know what's actually heading their way, but anyway, it's that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Crew full of dumbasses.
Yeah. Um, so
Who try to save the people they're gonna try and blow up.
yeah, there we go. So
I think
that's what you get.
jumping Rimward is gonna be really difficult if we manage our job.
Rimwood is easy.
Think so?
Uh, oh, south. Yeah, yeah. Don't want to go that way. You don't want to go. You. Oh, sorry. You're right. Rimwood. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
South.
Corwood. Sorry, I'm thinking Corwood.
Yeah.
Corwood's the easy. Yeah. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, you can easily get there if you. That's the last one you blow up. That's 7. Okay. Radio. So you jump back to Keller. On Keller, you refuel. You do the whole cleaning the filters, all that sort of stuff when you're ready. Now I haven't had Samuel do a test of his engines yet to see what's the state they're in, because he's been busy with other stuff.
okay, I'm gonna do an engineering check on our engines.
hmm Yep, they are humming along beautifully.
So we're going through it, cleaning everything, and
Yep,
checking all the fluids and connectors, and making sure that the coils and the drives are purring like babies.
and they are purring away, like Sontaran lion kitten thingies. Um, Meanwhile, Tacoma, talking to Will, you sort of got an idea of where you can come in. So the whole in between the Navy and the planet makes the most sense in this particular case, if you want to like try to maximize your distance away from any encounter.
Yep. Yep.
So it's just whenever you're ready to make the next jump. Samuel
So,
gives you the okay within a day.
what are we? How are we doing on Tom?
as in real time or game time or
Game time. Our time.
our time. It's 10 to 3. If people are happy to go to 3:30, we'll call it there if you want.
Well, we're about 3 hours into the game,
Yeah,
or
Almost
six.
3 hours.
It's
Yeah.
9 o'clock our time,
yeah,
nighttime. I'm in
yeah,
Mountain Central.
yeah.
Right. Right.
So,
I don't know. As soon as I press the button, so I don't want to
I'm
sound
good.
so.
I'm good
I
for
don't want to
another
sound
half
so
hour.
even
yeah.
ended halfway through. But yeah, all right, let's go.
Okay, so are you thinking of Sue as your next target?
Yep.
Yep,
That's this one up here, right?
yep, the one above you. Yep,
Yep.
yep. So you'll be returning back to Kala, I take it, after that?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Then we're gonna set up that color and head off.
Over there somewhere.
Where's the next?
Here. I
That's
think
the next one.
that's the next one, yeah. And then whichever one you
With
want.
no, I meant with the fuel.
Oh, gas giant. That one is a gas giant because it's a moon orbiting a gas giant. Yeah,
So that'd be that's the next gas giant. So that's where we're gonna be
that's the gas giant. Yep,
putting on for a while.
Are
cool.
we
I'll
taking
keep
this
this one.
bad boy out now?
Not yet, not yet. No. Oh well, you could if you want to as you jump out of it and then jump
I want
across.
to keep the fuel though.
Okay, fair enough because it is a fuel base if you ever need it.
Yeah, but we don't ever have to come back, do we?
No, but you don't know what's going to happen. This one is a tiny bit of a risk because of the this beginning presence of the navy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Navy. So
Hey, I'm checking the statistics of Zoo,
Yep.
and they got no gas giant, and their hydrographic is 0. So,
Mhm.
um, where how are we going to fuel there? We'd have to actually buy something on the planet.
You're not fueling there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not.
No. No. But what they do, you can easily look up the data. Is they mine the ice in the system and off the rocky and icy planets. That's about all they can do. But it's a
Did we also get some credit for currency in this time from the
no,
planet? Did we? No. So we don't have any money or anything.
no, because they couldn't. There's
Do we have anything of value in Star Trek?
Star Trek is.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure one of the planets would pay you shitloads for them to have that as a military weapon.
yep, that ship. Nails down.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we did take. Don't we have a cargo? We've got food. We've got
You got
food too.
food. Yeah, you got food. Well, you've got 2.2 tons of parts. You've got 2 tons of ammunition for all your weapons. You've got 3 tons of extra life support for yourselves, plus whatever the food slash life support you took off the other ship, which would probably be about another two tons. Um, and then I think you've also got all the star triggers as well as I believe it's 3 ton extra of missiles.
Yeah.
So your cargo deck is pretty full for your mission.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to
Yeah,
afford shit, but we do
yeah.
need to find a way to get some money or revenue. I'm sure we have gold.
At a time. Well, I mean, here's the thing. You guys know of a little place called Geoeca, and you know that it is lanthanum rich. And at this present time, Geoeca would be fairly relatively undeveloped.
We know exactly where the lanthanum is too.
Well, you know where the processed lanthanum was, but you know it's lanthanum rich.
Yeah.
So and you've got a guy there who can do surveying. All you need to do is get a bit of mining equipment, and you're away.
Yeah. I got a feeling we might be stuck back here in this time. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah. Okay.
We do have that advantage that we know where all the resources were mined, and we're
Yep.
still in the exploring stage.
Yep. So, can I get a nav roll, please, from Will to
Well,
insert you into the location you're designing, which is halfway between the planet and the Navy base that's being built. You get a plus
plus
one.
one because of the
Yep.
library data.
because you've got all the updated stuff. Yep, and your own. You're taking time, and you're another +1, and then your own
Crap.
skill. Yeah, what's your skill?
Crap.
Yeah,
My skill's in there at 1.
yeah. So you got one for the library data, one for taking time, one for your skill. So it's a 7.
Okay,
Okay,
getting
that's
somewhere.
okay. I just take it as the penalty on the other end. I know something. So, okay, you insert. Make a. We'll make first of all, Nagan. I need a roll to see what you are today. That doesn't sound very good, does it? But anyway, so today, Nagan, you're Nagani. Nah, nah, nah. And you've really got a burning desire to go and shop like crazy today. You know, overalls only go so far. Anyway, and you can only print so many stilettos and stuff off the printer and the machine tool area. Um, but you've got some amazing Madonna-like bra sets and things. Um, the big, huge, pointy,
Oh,
hard things and it.
longer than that.
Yeah. Anyway, so apart from that, hey, means do sort of stuff. You come out. I need you to give me a sensor roll, please. And I mean, you are hit straight away with several beacons. They are on auto. So you're not going to miss those. All the ones you're expecting to get from the information you get. Um, you're not super sure about encounters or any other ships near you, around you, that sort of stuff. That's a bit of a problem. Um, and you're basically now, you're not at the border. You are a couple of 100,000 k's a bit outside of the diameter, so it's going to take you a bit longer to get in, and you start traveling in. Um,
Yes.
so what I need from you, Will, is I'm taking it you are still manning all your stuff. Yep. Can you get another sensor sweep, please, as you're heading in?
All right.
And can I get a roll from Teddy to set things up? Okay, Will. Oh god, okay, it's all going nicely. Wrong. Okay, so he gets a -1. Okay, you're heading at 3G towards the ship, that's towards the star, and you are
Hold on. What are we doing?
heading towards the star.
We're heading
Oh,
to the star to get to this one right here.
Yeah,
We're
right
setting
there.
up the star trigger.
yeah. No, 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 it's in Sue.
No, here.
In here.
We're there.
Yeah,
We just jumped there. We're full of fuel though. We got fuel and everything, so we
yep,
can jump out. We can jump back and
yep.
get. We're gonna set up the star trigger. Take care of this place.
I thought, yeah, I thought we had to roll something to jump in there. Anyway,
It's the only thing you've got to roll for, which you're not going to get. Um, actually, there's. Give me 2d6 rolls, please. You're going to need double sixes to do anything bad. So,
Okay,
yep.
buddy.
Nah, and one more, please.
Pilot.
Yeah, just the pilot person. Nah, you're totally safe. You're now heading towards the star, Sue, S-O-U. Um, and you are, what did I roll? 3. You are 3,000 clicks. Suddenly, Tacoma, you see it before your nav person picks it up. There is roughly a 200-ton ship bearing down across you. You guys are going to intersect.
all right. Guess I'll try to evade.
Rightio, give me a piloting roll, please.
Do I have enough time?
3,000 clicks isn't a shitload of time.
All right.
Because their pilot fails.
I rolled nine
Rolled a
plus
9.
three.
Okay, you manage to peel off and do some sort of fancy flying and avoid them. You get really irate and I'm going to report you. Da 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 da.
I rolled it closely too.
Yep,
All
I
right.
know, but this is the other guy firing back some verbal at you. I'm sending off a transcript right now. Da 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 da. He's really
Yeah.
pissed.
Well, you're the one who got in my way. I have to evade you. Maybe you should pay
We logged this vector that he goes on, you know, da 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 da. So he obviously thinks you're at fault. You guys are now past, and he's heading towards the Navy base, which is many hours ahead of him.
Let's
How many
take.
hours is he
Did he get
running
a
for?
chance to send anything off? Let's take a
Well,
look.
he's said that he's already sent a transcript. We're talking about days travel, not the hours travel that you guys have got to do. You're like going to be doing about 2 days
Doesn't
travel.
matter.
Yeah.
He's gonna be spender toast anyways if he doesn't get his jump soon.
he yeah. So
Tell him whatever he wants to hear.
yeah.
That's my recommendation.
Radio.
Hold on. I'll ask him, is there any way that we could sort this out without resorting to the
Tell
authorities?
him we'll appear in court next week and pay the fine.
So he says it's too late to suck ass, my friend. I've already sent my concern off to the powers that be. Just expect to get a very nasty irate call from the authorities.
Okay. Fair enough. Keep rolling on.
Yeah.
I see a bright future for you. Very bright. Very bright.
Okay, you're flying in. I need a roll for that's the only encounter you have. A roll from Teddy, please.
Oh, I don't want to roll anymore. Oh wait,
It's a Teddy firing stuff off at the start. It's not a bad problem. Okay, you
it
then
goes off early.
yeah, true. But at the moment, there's nothing.
Why do we have to set it so close? Why can't we give it
Problem
a
is, if you fire it out very far away, you give other people the chance to intercept it beforehand. You got to get relatively close.
Get nice and close.
Yeah, about Mercury's
the
orbit.
timing is it doesn't go off for 40 hours, but sometimes it goes off early? Can we set it for more than the 39.2 hours needed?
Well, that means you give it more time to be intercepted.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Because I imagine it has to be triggered. It can't just be.
Yep, yep.
You can't just fly it in there and hope that proximity it blows up.
No, no. Okay, so you set it off. You change your vector, and you're heading out at 3G. Um, I need another sensor sweep, please.
Here comes the Navy.
Will.
Yeah.
Okay, radio. You're picking up. At this moment, you are picking up a two craft. One is you believe, a 400-ton submergent. And it's actually heading away from, sorry, the Navy base, towards, in all probability, towards the main planet. So that one's relatively easy to avoid with a piloting roll, please. You're hundreds of thousands of k's away from each other. It's more of a formality. Okay, for some reason you decide
Alright.
to
Oh wait, hold on.
it's a seven.
7.
Seven. For some reason you decide to veer towards it. I'm not quite sure. Perhaps you're pissed off at the other guy, but
Maybe
um,
I am.
yeah.
Hold
Um,
on.
and then Will, I just need one more final sensor sweep, please. Okay, you pick up a small 30-ton slow boat that's traveling in system. Um, so I believe a slow boat only travels slowly, funnily enough.
Hopefully not more than 3G.
Yeah, slow boat is 3G. No, that's pretty good, 3G. And it can mount missile racks or a beam or a pulse laser. So, no,
Is it going after us?
no, it's just on a vector that's going to cross. It's much slower, which means it's going to have greater difficulty changing. So, uh, This is the Proud Peacock. We seem to be on an intersection vector. Would it be possible that you could change to this heading, and he gives you a heading, and we'll try to change to this heading so we can avoid collision?
How much time will it shave off?
It's really negligible. Half a minute to a minute or something. Okay, so Will, just give me input the computational stuff. This is where things go badly wrong.
And
Will,
wait
a
for.
nav roll?
Oh, okay, my nav roll.
Yep. It's only skill because there's nothing else that you. Cool. Okay, piling roll at a -3.
Crap. 7.
7. Woohoo. So his voice gets a little bit more agitated. He says, the Vitas don't seem to have changed that much. Could you please? And you're getting closer and closer. Um,
Sorry, we're getting we're having a bit disrupted. Yeah, we're trying to correct. Maybe you should go around us and we can.
we're trying, but we're in the
How
same.
hard can this be? This is
I know it's not like it's not like a
I'm breaking my pencil in frustration.
rodeo. Okay, I mean, like, you got all the space. You think it'd be easy, but I don't know how to handle these sort of encounters
I
anyway.
guess I can't just go down to 2G and then keep going.
Yes, you can, but
Maybe ask them. Hey, maybe you can
The
go
trigger is on. The trigger is
slow down.
thinking
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I'll ask them if they can slow down. We're actually having rudder control problems.
We have the
Rudder
keys.
control, rudder control problems. The guy says what?
Rudder control problems.
I don't know.
Yeah, you just say, look, it's either that or we crash.
Bladder control
Yeah, I'm
problems.
having bladder control problems.
Listen, we're having problems with our maneuver drones. Maybe you could slow down or just let us pass.
Man, the guy goes, God, you guys, you pretty flyby boys and your fancy ships. Right, well, I've got to avoid a collision. So he does slow down. Uh,
That's not
yeah, you missed him. He's trying to chain it. So just give me a piloting roll, please.
At a -3.
At a -3, unfortunately, because you
Ah, hey.
any sensor work.
it's still
That's a 9. Okay, so you
That's
pass
fine.
by. Yeah, I know there's a lot of space and it's really easy to maneuver, but apparently this is the system and this is what we got to use. For some reason, there's highways in space that involve crashing.
These are the department stories.
Yeah. So I mean, otherwise you just fly away and you'd avoid encountering. So yeah, for some reason stuff got really tight there. You reached the 100 diameter point. The trigger hasn't gone off. Do you want to travel out a little bit further and just wait until you get the initial signal and then jump, or do you want to just jump and hope that it all goes well?
No, no, I want to wait.
Okay, so you get to around getting close to about 100,000 k's over the orbit, and that's when Will receives the trigger signal. Oof. Okay. Okay. You know where you're going back, so there's no need to make a navigational roll. We just need the two normal rolls: the drove failure.
Modify failure.
Yes. Yep. No problem. And the miss jump, which is going to totally not be a problem this time because you're outside of the 100 jump.
yeah. We're out of there.
Yep. Boom.
There goes another star. That guy put his report in smoke on a big fat bright light.
Yeah, he's a cinder. Yep.
Oh, mass genocide.
Mm.
It was
Mass genocide made easy. You're looking at around about, I think, it was close to around about 12 million people.
Now, wait a minute.
Is that it?
Did we jump back here or
To
did we
Keller.
jump
Yep. To Keller.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Somebody brought a big clean mustache.
uh, yeah, we don't have a choice because you only have half. You can't make it both.
I do like that, Pierre. Return to Cinder. Yep. Okay, radio. We probably won't go through the mission, but We might just get into the jump of it, and by the time you return back, can we see what Nagan is?
Well, we have 7 days of Nagan.
I know, but I mean, it's
Like the very worst porno movie.
exactly. Uh, give me a 1d6, please, Nagan.
He's already done it.
No, he needs a.
Six five.
Okay, so on the day you get back to Kala, where Nagan was, there is now a hiver.
That's
So,
weird.
to- totally no. A hiver is one of the starfish people that don't talk. They talk by motion. So you can't talk to them, and they can't talk to you. Well, they might want some, some seafood.
Tiny mod tiny like a cat.
Yeah. I don't know if we have a picture of a. No, we did show you a picture of a hiver before. I'm sure we did.
Don't they have constantly emitting little eggs that hatch and then they wander off?
It's not
You
quite
know,
that bad.
our fancy cargo and all that.
Cool. Yeah, there you go. There's a hiver. There's a hiver. So you should get a lovely look at yourself.
Where'd you post them?
Oh, Mentor put a thing in the a link to go to the Traveller wiki.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
So that's what you look like, Nagan.
I am beautiful.
That's the word for it. Rightio. Um, so you come in on that day. Are you doing any checks, Samuel?
Ah, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Want to do the basic engineering checks?
Rightio.
9.
Cool. Okay, your system is all pretty sweet. It's now down to planning where and what else you need to do, Tacoma. Who do you want to hit next?
Well, we're coming out, since Star Trek on listenings, and hit for here, which has got a gas giant.
Yes, yep, it does have a gas giant.
Can I jump there?
Yep, you definitely can, but that uses up your whole fuel to jump
Yep.
there. So,
And, we're gonna say bye-bye to this place then. We're gonna have
Yep.
some blocked off. That's a good plan. And then jump for the gas giant that's on the outer edges of Evilum first.
yep, so I'll just give you the tool rolls. I think I've already put it in.
There's pretty much nothing else with this gas giant.
Not for a wee while. Not for a wee while. Um,
You might want to keep that gas giant around then, and just kind of work off some stuff. So, yeah, maybe we just skip over the first few planets and start on the edge with Glacier.
Glacier.
Like,
Oh, you want to jump all the way over there? Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
no.
I mean, like, maybe just jump through all these little planets and go down
Yep.
to the edge.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry. Just trying to find my... Where
And
the
also
hell's
with
my
those
workups?
fast jumping back and forth
Yeah.
and pretend not to be mass murderers.
True. So, Torvald, the one that you're jumping into, I'll just put it up again for you. That's the one you jump. That's the 309. That's what you're jumping to.
Yep. Scout bay.
Yeah. Okay. So, and basically, you're wanting to try to hide in the system. Is that correct?
We're gonna head for the gas giant, right? And then go up it.
Well, yeah. So Torvald is a moon orbiting a gas giant. This system actually has three gas giants.
I would say we head for the outer gas giant for now,
Yeah.
and we leave that system strategically alone, and maybe look at taking on some of the other systems so we have a fuel spot if we have to use
Well,
fuel
I'm
there.
thinking
Yeah.
that we skip all these,
Mhm. Yep.
throw a
Yep.
circle at them up, and just hang out with the twin planets on the other side.
Yep. Okay, well you've cleared out Astellas, so you're just sort of going Oribus and then you go to the other two subsectors. That's all cool. And it would, anyone observing that, it would tend to make them a little bit confused about how this is happening.
Um,
Because if it was like a progressive wave, at least they have some
there is a
prediction.
gas giant at least 3, right?
Let me have a look. There's gas giants at each one of those three.
Oh,
So after Torvald, your next gas giant is on Kothras and Losnik.
I take it that's Kothras?
No, Kothras is way over. Yep, yeah, their one and that one. That's the next gas giants. But the others have water. The other four planets in between have water.
And everything's populated, right?
Kothras
You got
is
everything
not
there.
populated. Kothras is a ruined planet that has some investigative that they do have a scout base there, and there would be some sort of agency investigating the planet, like there'd be archaeologists or xenoarchaeologists or something like that.
You could blow the star up.
Which one?
Set up at Kothras.
You could do, yeah, yeah,
Like, go take out Torvald
yep,
and head for Kothras.
okay,
So that's an ion jump for you.
yep.
Refuel and we're gonna take this guy out now, right now, right? And jump and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this would be more convenient than taking out Asteroid and or actually I suppose here
New Eden.
and having to go all the way to south of here, isn't it?
yeah, but we gotta jump 10 and there's nothing there. So and there's a gas giant. So I think the skipper's plan is actually pretty smart. Take out everything and then work our way into the populated areas. Nobody will know the difference. Um, but I think we should probably we're getting close to 3.5
Yeah, yep,
hours.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, I think we'll be discussing
Okay, so do you want to take out Keller and just head over towards Torvald, or do you want to leave it there?
no, we're taking out Keller because there's no way we're coming back.
Okay, radio. So,
Oh, no way.
yep,
I mean, like, there's no actual literal
system.
ability to come back.
Okay, literally. Yep, it's all gone. Okay, radio. So remember, this is the one with the weird radiation. So this is the one where you really want
Oh,
to
oh, oh.
be careful.
Um, that's the point. Radiation throughout space.
So do you want to leave that for
Um,
now and just have a think about any extra precautions next time?
what? Yeah, but then we can't. What about these planets?
Yeah, what about them?
Could they have gas giants?
Uh, Probably.
Because they're our only way to get into this planet if this goes up.
Yep,
And
well,
our systems might be screwed up.
hmm
Yeah. Because we don't actually know the effects of what the starship will happen to it.
in this particular place of space, no. The only report you had was that at the time, the report was this radiation was more visual than dangerous. Because it was described sort of like a bioluminescence in space, but because of the magnetospheres of the star and of the planets, it's created this sort of, there's this weird radiation. But in saying that, you don't know what effect it could have on the star trigger. So would you like to rather just leave that one now and
I'm a starfish right now. What can I say?
yeah, you're a starfish. You can't really.
Yeah.
Okay, the starfish will be gesticulating like crazy, but no one speaks Hiver, so and you don't have a Hiver translator on board, so he could just be saying, "I'm about to pass wind," or "Would someone get off my left foot because it's really sore?"
That's your other left foot.
Yeah. Oh shit! I've got 5 feet.
Um,
If nothing else, Nagano would have quite good intellect and depth of experience
Mm-hmm.
different races and remembering it.
Mm-hmm.
you could
Yeah,
I'm
that's
changing time and space now. Go to
if he could ever
be a
learn
great
how to
character.
master this, it'd be quite quite a
Okay. There's another new title that may become more apparent later on as we go. Because of yeah. Anyway, we'll see how we go. For I know it's terrible, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So we'll call it there, and you guys can consider what you need to do for Keller. I'll just stop the recording.